Situations in North Carolina's Outer Banks. A senior ISIS member projected to become the next ISIS leader in Syria is taken out by the U.S. military. An official confirming a raid in northern Syria yesterday. America's listening to Fox News.
Summer isn't just hot, it's historic. Flash flood warnings are at a 40-year high, and it's not slowing down. Towns underwater, roads washed out, and in every crisis zone, the same scene. Crowds standing in line, waiting for bottled water, waiting for food, waiting for somebody to show up and save them. They tell you that help is on the way, but what if it's not? What if it takes days? What if it doesn't even come at all? You think the system's built to protect you? They can barely handle one emergency, let alone dozens. I don't know about you, but I'm not going to be the one caught empty-handed. Right now, My Patriot Supply is giving away 4 weeks of emergency food. Giving it away. Just go to mypatriotsupply.com/Glenn and find out how to claim your free 4-week food supply and join the millions of Americans who are preparing with My Patriot Supply. Claim your free 4-week kit today at mypatriotsupply.com/Glenn. That's mypatriotsupply.com/Glenn.
And look out, it's silent time right here. Definite pause. Oh, no, we're good. And here we go. Yeah. Humpity hump, baby. How's it going?
Surprise.
Supplies. You see, it was a Chinaman.
That was the janitor.
It was the janitor, yes. Anyway, 303, Kipper, Pete, and Flounder. Look out. Here we go. Freaking hump day. What a start. I don't know, Pete's in the mountains of Jamaica, but there's some kind of, like an old Grecian a sauna from the days of Mark Antony or something, it looks like in there. I don't know what's going on behind it.
What's a Grecian urn?
I don't know. About $4 an hour, I think.
Yeah, $4 an hour.
Yeah, I can't find my hen weigh. What's a hen weigh? About 12 pounds. Yeah, no, seriously.
Well, it's kind of like a pie cost.
How much a pie cost? I don't know how much a pie cost.
No, what's a pie cost?
What's a pie cost?
You blew the joke there. Remember, we're straight men.
Yeah, I know. Well, remember The Office when Jim came in to Michael and said something like, what the hell was it? Oh, damn it. I hate when I do this. Came into my head and then it disappeared as I was trying to make it. I'll think of it. Anyway, Pete Davis, what's new in the mountains of Macon up there, sir?
I have no idea. There's really not a lot going on.
That's it.
It was very foggy this morning. It was beautiful, but very slow day.
Well, there you go. Well, today was garbage day at my house, and
garbage day at our house too.
Really? Yeah. And I almost, honest to God. Well, first, Flounder, how are you and Mrs. Flounder?
We're doing good. Little Lucas, you remember our cat Lucas?
Yeah,
He's got a bum leg at the moment. We couldn't figure it out. But he's got a little pep in his step this morning, so we're thinking he's better.
Oh, that's good. Hope so.
Because I know you guys have been wondering about Lucas.
Well, I didn't want. You always hate to ask about pets because you never know whether I mean, seriously. And how's little doggy? I mean, Winston.
We have two of them. We have the most spoiled dog and spoiled cat in the world, and we love it.
Well, you probably would be number 2 to me when I had mine, but though that's good to see anyway.
What you're supposed to do with dogs and cats.
That we don't deserve them. We don't deserve them. And what the hell was I just? Darn it all! I hate myself. I just hate myself. I can't think of anything and do it. And then I was going to something about Pete. I was going to talk to him, and then I wanted you before I go. Darn son of a gun! Oh well. God, I hate when I do this.
Remark on how handsome I am.
It could have been that. Anyway. All right, here we go. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. And there's a billion stories going, a lot of political stuff and a couple of horrible things, and a lot of kid stuff and school stuff and liberal and conservative stuff. I mean, it's just, we got a hodgepodge. We're going to be jumping all over the place today. And I got a couple of nitpicks, if you don't mind. As you know, as you know, we're going to be off for a few days in September, late September. Well, maybe you don't know, but you know how. Anyway, and I'm going to go see my family. And so I'm going to be going to the airport, and I always fly Delta, and I got my Delta ticket, and I did it over my daughter had to get it for me because it wouldn't answer the phone. And so I finally got the ticket thanks to Jennifer with my thing, my credit card stuff over the phone or computer. And then and I've been recommended by not only my Delta pilot Kevin, but also several friends have said the best place to go to have your car parking where you can drive your car and park it and they'll take you to the airport. It's called a place called the Parking Spot. It used to be something else and they've changed the name. The Parking Spot 2. The parking spot number 2 is one near the airport. So I said, okay. So I called them and they don't have a human. They don't answer the phone. And so they said, well, if you have the parking app, you go to the Parking Spot app and you get your app and then you go, get the app thing. So I said, no, if you don't have the app, press do this or whatever, press 4, whatever. So I pressed 4 and it said, oh, if you don't have the app, then go to our website, www.parkingsspot.gg466 boom. And so I said, I don't want to I want to talk, I just want to say I want to show up this day and leave it that day. And here's my credit card number. Now leave me, and that's it. How hard is that? No, people. So I went on the website, and I looked it up, and I went on the website, and I tried to put it in the second thing, and now they want all kinds of what do you call it, passwords, and then it denied my freaking website. I mean, it's just unbelievable. I just want to make a reservation to park my stinking car. God, I can't believe it. Honest to God, I can't. Now I'm going to have to call my daughter, maybe, or somebody and say, hey, can you get me a reservation? Because when I looked it up, it had time in, time out. I don't know what time I'm going to get there.
I bet Gretchen or Kevin can probably help you out.
This is unfreaking believable. I mean, seriously, what a bunch of crap. I mean, I just want to reserve my freaking space. And by the way, the last time I did it, I got to settle down for a second here. The last time I did this at the airport, I went to the Peachy, I went to the one of them that was famous, and so I called them, and I gave them my stuff, and I made a reservation over the phone, and they said, took the reservation, and I showed up on time, and I pulled in, and the guy said, yes, I have a reserved spot to take my car and take my keys, and he said, we have too many people, so we're going to have to take your keys and drive your car around for 5 days. Whoa. No, I don't think so. And of course, I had no choice. I had to go to the airport. So I said, here's my keys. I hope nobody rifles through my car while you're driving it around for 5 days, changing spots that are open here and there. I mean, I couldn't freaking believe it. I'm just trying to park my freaking car to go to the airport to see my family. I mean, it's just, it's a freaking nightmare. Honest to God, and I know it's me. I know I'm old, and the older you get, the less you want to put up with this kind of crap. I don't want to have to start. Now I got to go get an app and try to figure out how to work an app to make reservations where they don't even tell you what it means. What does it mean, time in, time out? What you expect to be there? What you think your plane's going to maybe arrive on? I mean, there's nobody explaining anything to you. You just take a chance and hope you're right. I mean, what a bunch of, talk about customer service, my ass. Jeez, honestly, I just, it's just, and, so now this is on my mind. Now I'm thinking about is how I'm going to get to the freaking airport and back and to see my freaking family. And I am going through all this crap when I'm looking forward to have a happy, joyous reunion with my family. And I got this to worry about the whole freaking time and when I come back to, probably.
It reminds me of this.
I don't understand. I made a reservation. Do you have my reservation?
Yes, we do. Unfortunately, we ran out of cars.
Play it.
But the reservation keeps the car here. That's why you have the reservations.
I know why we have reservations.
I don't think you do.
See, anybody can take a reservation.
If you did, I'd have a car. So you know how to take the reservation. You just don't know how to hold the reservation. And that's really the most important part of the reservation, the holding. Anybody can just take them.
Exactly. I mean, how hard is it? And I know I'm stupid. I know I'm wrong in every way, and it's my fault, and I should just shut up, and everybody, it's just fine, But I can't. And it's just, it just bothers me. It's not the way I want to live. It's not right. It's not fair. Anyway, and I do everything right. I'm trying to play by the rules and all this stuff, and I just make it as impossible as they can for a little diddly crap, daily freaking minutia things you have to get done are harder than ever to get accomplished. How is that possible? All I want to do is drive my car to the airport, park it, and get on a plane. Ta-da! So I guess I got to take a $900 cab ride. Anyway, all right, 311. Here we go. Pete Davis, how's it going? What's everything all right now up there? So talking about
just great. Well, Alpharetta is only 20 minutes from the airport. So.
No, I don't think so, sir.
Chattanooga is probably closer.
I'm not quite sure that that's going to be.
Another thing you can always do. I mean, again, it's something you have to sign up, but just do Uber. Have a car service pick you up. That way you don't have to deal with any of that.
I know. I don't have Uber or what's the other one?
I get Uber. I can set up on your phone if you really want. It's super easy and it's very convenient.
Yeah. I have my little. I'll tell you what I do. There's an Alpharetta cab company. I think it's called like Mexicali Cab or something like that. I have it in my phone, and it's a little. No, it's a guy and his wife,
yeah.
and every time no, it's true, and they're Spanish Americans, and I haven't used them about a year or so. When when I would call them to take me various places, and it usually was the wife had her little girl in the front seat, her 4 or 5 year old, and we'd talk back up. It's just they're so sweet. And they were right on time. They knew where I live, and they took me where I wanted to go. And I love helping out, like this little family business like that. And in fact, I'll give you the name of the damn thing. Hold on, I got like 8 seconds, Flounder. Hold on now. I know this is not good, but I'm gonna give them a little plug. And I'm hoping that they are still in business. All right, contacts. Here we go. And I'm going to look. I think it's under taxi. I'm going to scroll down to the T's. I'm sorry. I know this is not good radio. I know they're going to fire me. It's all kind. All right. In fact, I quit. I'm done. I don't care. All right, here it is, taxi. And it's called, I don't have the name of it. It's just put it under taxi. Well, you idiot. Anyway, I've got a card in my car. And maybe tomorrow I'll bring it up to give them a little plug. Okay, all right, so I'm sorry about that. Oh, mercy. We got a lot of things. We'll talk. Also, have you heard the fight of the neighbors about the family's dead daughter over fighting for Israel? And their next door neighbors are calling him horrible names and words and saying she deserved to die and you caused her death because she's a Jew. In Atlanta. This is with national news story this morning in Atlanta. Anyway.
Well, it's one couple doing. They made it sound like it was a whole neighborhood. It's one couple. They really need their butt spanked if this is true.
Well, I'm going to give their names, and it's just horrible.
Do we know it's true? I mean,
what's in the news? We don't have to worry about true. It's on I can see it right here. I got it written down, and I didn't make it up this time. Sorry. Also, have you heard about the new ice cream flavor? Breast milk ice cream?
Oh.
I know. Sorry, 314, Kimmer, Payton, Flounder. Yeah, drill on that for about 20 minutes.
Real quick, we have our first response on Kimmer taking Uber. Can you imagine Kimmer doing an Uber ride? The guy or girl would stop and say, "Get out," once he did one of his first rants.
See, nobody likes me. They don't like old people. Nobody likes old people. God, I knew it.
Wherever you are in Georgia, you can stream XTRA 106.3 in crystal clear digital with the all-new XTRA 106.3 app. Get Extra's live on-air stream in real time, or go back and listen to all your favorite shows, Neil Bortz, or original podcasts, no matter where you go. Grab the XTRA 106.3 app now and start streaming.
Where to start? Peach State Windows, but so much more. Siding, roofing issues, door stuff. They can take care of it all. I've known Jeff and his wife, worked with them 25 years ago. Peach State Windows, known for their double-hung vinyl, special energy-efficient windows, and whatever style your house has, they have vendors all over the country to make sure you get exactly what you're looking for that's perfect for your home. And, of course, the more windows you need, the more sales you're going to see. I mean, by the way, how about some financing plans such as, how about 0% financing for 12 months? Here's the number, 770-485-8011, peachstatewindows.com.
It's thoughtful, not just spacious, it's sensuous and stylish. And along with the sure-footed all-wheel drive, the GLC SUV is now available as an efficient, effusive, and effective plug-in hybrid. Get an exceptional offer on the 2025 Mercedes-Benz GLC 350e 4MATIC SUV, just $489 per month for 24 months with $56.53 due at signing, exclusively from RBM of Atlanta in Sandy Springs. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details and see how to qualify. We'd love to welcome you to the RBM of Atlanta family. Special lease rate available only to qualified customers exclusively from Mercedes-Benz Financial Service through RBM of Atlanta, Sandy Springs through September 2nd, 2025. Excludes tax, tag, title, and Georgia Lemon Law fees. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this and other exciting offers. Visit us at rbmofAtlanta.com or call us at 770-390-0700 for details.
A company that has been trusted in Atlanta for over 25 years has already done their hometown homework, like having the very best people, fair, honest pricing, exceptional customer service, and a focus on high-quality work. That's us. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage, Entry Doors, and Windows. Sometimes new isn't better, like out-of-town home improvement companies invading Atlanta with their inflated pricing and subpar work. When trust matters, trust us. All the number 4 Seasons Garages.
Good morning, Mike. What you eating?
You gotta try this.
I can hear you crunching from the next cube over.
This is amazing. I just discovered it this weekend at Lidl. It's Greek Goddess Gourmet Granola. They were sampling it, so I tried it. Then I bought 6 bags.
Wow. Is it cereal?
Can be. Or an amazing trail mix. It's great for a meal or a snack.
What's in it?
Well, they have 2 flavors, maple oat and harvest nut, which is my favorite. It's made with whole grain oats, almonds, pecans, raisins, coconut, and the sweet taste of pure maple syrup. Maple oat is a simpler take on their delicious granola. It's got wholesome oats, plump raisins, coconut, and maple syrup.
That sounds healthy and delicious.
That's why I can't stop crunching, Susan.
Greek Goddess Gourmet Granola. It's a breakfast or on-the-go snack you can feel good about. It's dairy-free and gluten-free, and with only 2 grams of added sugar per serving, even your belly will love it. Pick some up at Lidl, Amazon, GreekGoddessGourmet.com, or at specialty stores near you.
Hey, it's Lowe's here to tell you about a new, stress-free, and completely transparent way to purchase your next pre-owned car, truck, or SUV. It's with Tom Mitchell, the honest car guy. Tom, traditionally, I've been a payment buyer. How do you work with that type of buyer?
I have people that come in all the time and they want to spend $20,000. Okay, if their payments are $400 on $20,000, they don't realize without the doc fees, without all this other stuff, we can put them in a 22 or 23 model car and we can spend a little bit more money and have the same payment. So if you're a payment buyer, don't come in here just saying, I want to spend $20,000, because we can sit there and help you and we can put you in a newer car with lesser miles at a payment you need.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
Living with everyday pain is like having a voice that always says, no, you can't do that. No, you better sit this one out. It's no way to live. So if pain is affecting you, see how Relief Factor can help get you back to life on your terms. One where you say yes a lot more. Relief Factor is a daily supplement that fights pain naturally. Developed by doctors, Relief Factor's unique formula of natural ingredients does not just mask pain, it helps reduce or eliminate it for good. Whether it's your back, neck, joints, or muscles, Relief Factor can help you, as it has for so many others. So call 1-800-4-RELIEF and give Relief Factor's 3-week quick start a try. It's only $19.95, less than $1 a day to get your life back. Just go to ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF, and see how you can say yes to more of everything you want.
There we go. Look out, it's the Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 320 with Coldplay. And I had no idea how monster big this group was.
Shock.
Coldplay's current ongoing Music of the Spheres World Tour. Sorry,
it just cut off. That was my fault. User error.
I thought I did something bad again. The current Music of the Spheres World Tour has already been named the biggest rock tour of all time. That was from last year on this date. According to Box Score, Coldplay's mammoth jaunt grossed almost $1 billion. $950 million. They sold almost 9 million tickets.
That's about how much that guy lost for cheating on his wife at the concert.
Yeah, right. It was Coldplay, the idiot couple. If they'd just frozen solid, didn't do anything, no one would ever know anything.
Or just waved.
Oh, Lordy. Anyway, 9 million tickets for the tour launched in March of 2022 makes it both the highest grossing and the best-selling Trek since these particular records began, and it's unlikely any pre-box score tours come close. The Coldplay tour still had a number of shows to go in Australia and New Zealand and extended their lead even further. Wow, I had no idea. Coldplay. Well, good. Our birthday list includes the gigantic and portly Al Roker, the weatherman. I think he's probably long retired, isn't he now? 71 today, Al Roker. I think, didn't he have some health issues recently, I think? I remember correctly? I don't think so. Anyway, I guess he's still breathing, which is a fine thing to have. And on this day in history, boy, Winston Churchill is known for several different things, including some very famous phrases, and you're about to hear one of them. In fact, I should have seen if we could get the live thing from Flounder, because it would have been much more. In fact, you know what? I'll bet.
What do you want?
Well, let me. Well, I hate when I do this. I'd rather surprise him. It's crap, because it's better if it just comes out clean. It was the Winston Churchill tribute to the Royal Air Force in 1940. And if you can you do this? If you
give me a sec.
Okay. Again, 1940. 1940. The Germans, the Nazi, had been invading and wanting to invade Britain long before America got involved in World War II. And it was a nightmare. And the British Royal Air Force took to the skies. And it was basically a round-the-clock bombardment campaign, which was dangerous and risky and deadly. And it kept the British Isles safe, at least for a while. The Nazi invasion of Britain had been held back from July all the way through October. But it was on this day in 1940, Winston Churchill had these famous comments. So, Flounder, if you have any luck finding it, about the Royal...
France, we shall fight on the seas and oceans.
No, that's not it. Sorry. It's to the Royal Air Force. Churchill's tribute to the Royal Air Force. Sorry, but it's worth waiting if you haven't ever heard it. I know Pete's a historian guy, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. And this is stupid of me. I'm an idiot. I don't know why I'm blowing the whole radio show. I'm doing a terrible radio job today. I'm sorry, but it's just true. And that's the way it goes, and it's live, and I don't care.
It's going to take me a minute, so you might as well just go on.
We'll come back. We'll come back, because it's worth hearing. And again, Mr. Churchill, we're before you, sir, here on the train. Oh, sorry.
The first step to fixing a problem is acknowledging there is one.
That you're a loser, and therefore,
for once, I didn't have to point out that you were screwing up the show.
As the only loner in the building, coming back to that.
Loner.
I'm the only loner in the building. I'm the freaking caveman of the Dixie Broadcasting.
You're a cell.
Hey, the last one turned out the light. What can I tell you? And the switch is gone. I can't find the switch. Anyway, let me update you on this thing with a neighbor. And again, this was a major story this morning in national news. No one else has covered it, so I hope it's dying, and I hope they can do something about it. But this is really a horrible, and I don't know exactly the neighborhood. Someone will. But here's what happened. A family had a daughter named Sergeant Elisheva Rose Ida Lubin, 20 years old. She was patrolling Jerusalem's Old City in November 2023. She was a lone soldier living in Israel without her family. She had emigrated there and was in her mandated army duty. In Israel, you serve in the military. This was before the Hamas war began, and she was stabbed to death by a terrorist patrolling the Jerusalem Old City. Well, her grieving parents and her father back home here in Atlanta, where she lived before moving to Israel, her father David said he's been harassed by vindictive neighbors who deride her father as a corrupt Israeli The households came to a head when David posted signs honoring his daughter Rose across from his neighbor's house. They had signs claiming support for Hamas and anti-Jewish slurs. And David told reporters he never took issue with their signs. They have a right to display whatever they wanted, he said. And all of a sudden, he shook off their comments. And then one of the irate women across the street called him a kike and said, shouting, "Your daughter deserved to die." So David went across the street and confronted his neighbors while they're filming one another on their phones. And the woman said, "You're calling yourself a K word. You know what you are. You know what you're better than me. You're a corrupt politician, a daughter in the IDF that went there to kill and was killed maybe in friendly fire because the Israeli soldiers kill each other all the time. And you know very well." And this was one of his neighbors named Anna Boynsk, Bouyzk, Boytsk, insisting as he arguing over the meaning of the word of the Jewish slur and the word kike. Her husband, Mark Boyks, the co-founder of the bought-out genetics company XTRA, insisted his daughter's death was okay because, you know, she was fighting. And then he said, "Do you realize how disgusting you are? You're disgusting. You're disgusting. You're the most disgusting person I've ever met because you're a Jew. You don't understand. You're so confused." And then the girl boys doubled down and told the reporters and told him she had no qualms for lobbying the detestable slur. She says, "I don't regret what I said. I'll say it a million times again. I'm not a Jew hater because I have Jew friends." And then she called David, the father, and told him he was responsible for his own daughter's death. That's the neighbor in Atlanta.
She used to have Jewish friends.
Yeah. Good Lord. I mean, good Lord. I mean, you know, I read Dear Abby every morning, and you almost always there's some kind of a neighborly thing or, you know, something happened in the family and stuff like that. And I think, well, what a horrible thing to have. You know, if you have a bad neighbor, it just makes everything bad. You know, it's just an awful way to die. But, I mean, how do you do that? What do you do with this? I mean, seriously, I don't know how you. And he, you know, what's he going to? He's thinking about filing, you know, harassment. Well, But again, you know, free speech with signs, yelling at your neighbor, you know, being offensive is not illegal.
Well, we know what they are. They're pro-barbarian, pro-terrorist,
they're Jew haters,
with those signs they put out, the pro-Palestinian BS.
Yeah. Well, it's such a shame, that's all. 328. By the way, I found any luck on, you have the Padres thing here. I'm Pete Davis. I don't know.
I didn't find anything on Winston Churchill, unfortunately.
Okay, well, in that case, then I'll tell you my history thing. And again, I won't try to mimic him because it's stupid. But again, this was, and Peter knows more about this than I do because you're really a history guy. In 1940, the bombardment by the British Royal Air Force to try to stop the Germans from invading the British Isles was unbelievable. 24 hours, I mean, it was just absolutely incredible. And it was on this day when Winston Churchill said, quote, "Never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few." The RAF held back the Nazi invasion of Britain July, August, September, and October with round-the-clock bombing run, and it was costly and deadly. And what comments? I mean, Winston Churchill, just, you know, the man. What's that? Well, you got the finest hour, you know,
the finest hour. Which is stupid too.
Well, yeah. Anyway, I'll tell you what. We got coming back. Man, we've got you're going to hear some protest stuff with Stephen Miller. You got to love Stephen Miller. He confronted some of these idiot hippie protesters today. Also, something happened at the Padres ballpark. And when I heard about the story, I thought, well, you know, kid got what he deserved. And then I saw the video. He did.
I agree. He did.
He did.
He got roughed up.
But I hope I look for the video of the kid at the Padres game, and then we're coming back after the thing to talk about what you think, because it's really, you know. And by the way, it wasn't the first one of the game. Anyway, we'll come back. You'll explain everything here. Yeah, I mean, this is really...
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Teenagers, man, you got a lot of teenage stories.
FAFO.
There you go. 3:30, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Hump day, baby.
Listen to the Morning Extra, The Kimmer Show, Neil Bortz, and all your favorite Extra 106.3 personalities whenever you want with the all-new Extra app. It's anytime show replays, all your favorite podcasts, and the latest political news from across Georgia. Download the Extra 106.3 app now for Apple or Android.
Hey, don't forget those big-time Browning rebates at Atlanta Safe House. You know, their website is atlantasafehouse.com. Their showroom is in Ackworth, Industrial Boulevard. And it reminds me, my daughter Jennifer lost her title to her car. She eventually found it, but then sent it to me because actually I took her in the car. But anyway, a reminder, my title to my chopper, for example, the bank still owns my car, is locked up because Atlanta Safe House is the company that protects your stuff and your rights. And don't forget, really, I mean, this is a huge, huge rebates for Browning safes. That's the first one I had decades ago for my first gun safe, as a matter of fact. And they've got all kinds of brands and their rebates and sales all the time. And don't forget, they have all kinds of extras. How about an AMSEC wall safe? How about a biometric electronic lock? Barrel racks, pistol racks, bow and arrow hanger things, file organizers. They've got it all. Atlanta Safe House, you know, they can rent you a safe. They can fix your safe. They can change your master reset code. By the way, no one's getting that. They are very, very clear about how they feel about the Constitution. And no sales tax on gun safes and huge rebates on Browning. Holy cow. AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
Hey, this is Matt from East Cobb. We basically bought our house from our in-laws. It was my wife's childhood home. One of the issues that we've had when we first moved in was our dog in our backyard. It was extremely shaded, could never grow grass back there. We resodded it twice. So ATL Turf Co. did an amazing job with our backyard transformation. They basically created a miniature golf hole. We have a miniature fairway. We also have a miniature little putting green. Consists of about 4 holes, total about 40 yards, so you can definitely work on your short game and your putting. After that transformation that ATL Turf Co. did for us, my father-in-law came and saw his house the way it looked after the fact of we had a putting green and a miniature golf course. Sure enough, he did the same thing with ATL Turf Co. He has a beautiful backyard, wonderful stonework, drainage, and a beautiful practice area for chipping and putting. Check them out online at atlturfco.com.
When you buy a Subaru from Subaru of Gwinnett, you're buying more than a vehicle. You're buying safety for your family and something that will last a long, long time. In other words, you're buying trust. For a limited time, you can celebrate amazing offers on the all-new Forester, Crosstrek, or Outback during the Subaru A Lot to Love event, now through September 2nd. And you'll love more than just your new Subaru. You'll love the dedicated staff at Subaru of Gwinnett. With some of the best service specials in the area and a team you know you can trust, you'll ride with peace of mind knowing that Subaru of Gwinnett has your back. During the Subaru A Lot to Love event, you'll find the Subaru model you've always dreamed about at a price that makes that dream come true. But you need to get in by September 2nd to take advantage. We'll make it easy. Just start with the test drive, and before you know it, you'll be in the Subaru you love. Start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com, then stop by on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth. SubaruofGwinnett.com.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8 year old? Listen closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month, then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensated for their testimonials, sponsored by Age of Learning.
XTRA 106.3 personalities aren't afraid to tell it like it is.
Without Donald Trump, nothing that's going on would be happening right now. Donald Trump is changing the world.
And you'll never hear us spew that violent rhetoric from the left. So don't be afraid to tell it like it is, because we're happy to have you as part of the XTRA community.
I particularly like Donald Trump's actions in getting illegal aliens the hell out of this country.
XTRA 106.3 and the XTRA app.
Bum, 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 bum. It's Tom T. Hall. I like beer. Country music singer, songwriter, short story author Tom T. Hall died on this day in 2021. He took his own life. Tom T. Hall wrote 12 number one hit songs, 26 more that were in the top 10. including the #1 international pop crossover hit, Harper Valley PTA by Jeannie C. Riley. Now, boys, guess what I'm going to talk about next? I guess they're both not listening, thank God, because they're going to hit my bucket list, my bingo card again.
What's that?
Tom T. Tom T. Hall was singing here, and he wrote the song for Jeannie C. Riley, the #1 hit at Harper Valley PTA. Gee, it reminds me, back when I got out of the Marines, and I was working at KHAT, K-Hat Country Radio in Phoenix when I was going to Arizona State and finishing my degrees, that I was doing the afternoon country radio show, which was owned by Ray Odom, who was one of the monster country radio station pioneers in the day. It was 1970 or something, I think. And I hosted the concert with Bobby Bear, Tom T. Hall, and Jeannie C. Riley. and Tom T. Hall and Jeannie C. Riley were just mentioned in our musical thing today, and so I passed along that I got. Talk about how much fun was that? When I look back now, I was just a punky little kid, gotten out of the Marines, and all of a sudden I got Tom T. Hall and Bobby Bear and Jeannie C. Riley, and we're backstage, and they're as nice as they could be. And Jeannie C. Riley was just an old country gal. She wasn't a big. Anyway, that was really interesting time. Okay. Boom. How about a birthday? Here we go. Peter Horton birthday. Peter Horton is 72. Peter Horton's a guy who played Gary Shepard on 30-something. And Peter Horton was married to Michelle Pfeiffer for 7 years in the 80s. And then, I guess she found somebody better or whatever. Anyway, Peter Horton, 72 years old today. And on this day in history, by the way, boys, did you know this is one of many national radio days? This is a national radio day. There are like 8 of them, I think. Seriously.
It's like Hall of Fame.
It's like I was exactly what I was going to say. How many radio Hall of Fame things? Anyway, this is another radio national day, and it began like this. In 1915, the first radio transmitters with audio transmissions led to creating broadcasting stations for newspapers. The DeForest Radio Telephone Telegraph Company had a wireless newspaper featuring music and news in New York. Nobody caught on to it. DeForest couldn't get any publishers, and then World War I, everything stopped. Well, in 1919, the ban on civilian radio stations was lifted, and DeForest aired his show once again with local franchises and national advertisers advertising time. Detroit News, the newspaper, was the only taker. But in 1920, the newspaper made arrangements for him to develop and broadcast service in Detroit. A teenager named Michael Lyons was an amateur radio ham operator, and they hired this teenager to get the station up and running by putting in a transmitter connected to an antenna on the top of the building. The first series of the trial broadcast began on this day in 1920. Later, the Detroit News radio phone broadcast began. The station today is known as WWJ 950 AM, owned by CBS. And if you have 3 call letters, it means you were one of the pioneers. And by the way, for the record, the original radio stations actually were used in department stores to broadcast to customers where the next sale was in the department store.
Yeah. Before
they went to the public. What I mean, what a start for this silly business, who thought of it? And I still don't know how it works. I don't know how it's possible magic. That there's a piece of ribbon, kind of a metal thin ribbon in here or something, and when I talk into it, it gets the vibrations of my voice and somehow captures everything that's accurate about my voice and sends it up to the world.
Yeah,
and I don't know.
It's all around you, and it's all
everywhere.
around you.
Yeah,
but you have to tune into the right frequency to hear it. But it's all around you.
It's all around, but you can't hear it unless you get a specific thing.
It's like telephone.
Honestly,
Wi-Fi.
I don't know why it works. It doesn't make any sense.
Can you imagine trying to explain that to someone in the 1700s?
I still can't.
I mean, they'd think you were a witch.
Yeah. What do you mean? You're talking to a thing and you can hear another country?
So when the scientists say that there are other multiverses right next to us, but we're just not on that frequency, it doesn't sound as far-fetched as it used to.
I believe anything. Honestly, I don't know what. I tell you, I'm only smart enough to know that I don't know anything about all that goes on in this universe and beyond. Nobody
they keep
knows.
Changing it. They keep the string theory, not the string theory. Now we're back to string theory.
I don't know. I don't know.
No clue.
You can't. You either have faith or you don't, and you have to pick a. Yeah, you have to pick. I have to pick a trail, and my trail is when I die, I get an angel, and she is going to be real pretty and sweet, and she's going to take me around and show me dinosaurs, and maybe I don't know whether we'll go back to the Big Bang, but she's going to do an escort and we'll meet over the. I mean, we'll have a thing, but it's going to be like I'll get like a tour of the dinosaurs and all the stuff and get the thing, stuff like that, and then then you get to have the wonderful feeling of just wonderful love, and that's there you are. There's heaven.
Are there male and female angels?
I'm getting a female. I'm sorry.
I think they're sexless.
Well, I don't think we need to genderize our angels, sir.
Or non-genderized. I don't think they have a gender.
I believe as a little boy, angels were girls. I'd never heard about the boy angel.
Saint Michael? St. George?
A saint is not an angel. A saint is a saint.
Well, Michael is the archangel.
You're thinking of John Travolta in that stupid movie. You got him confused.
That's a stupid movie. I'm thinking of the archangel that beat Lucifer and will beat him again. He's a guy,
I believe
supposedly.
Well, I'm getting a girl. One last go around.
But you got to hope.
Maybe she'll kiss me.
Hang all your hopes on that. I guess.
I hang my hat on that. But that's my path. That's my thing when I go. I think you have to just pick what you think. Do you have to think about heaven? Do you have to actually sit down and think? I wonder what. Do you spend any time thinking about heaven?
I have serious questions about heaven and what it entails. I don't think it entails what people think it entails if you read the Bible.
Well, I think
we're going to be going in circles, singing the graces of the Holy Spirit and God. We're not going to really be sitting around playing backgammon.
No, I don't think that's it at all. In fact, after that book, Imagine Heaven really put a whole different set of things in my mind, honestly.
And they say there's y'all that talk about if you marry 2 or 3 people, who's your wife in heaven? They say, well, there are no wives in heaven.
No, it's just love. It's just a feeling of love and overwhelmingly, and it's almost like invisible, all oneness of just the feeling of love and acceptance and
as Mark Twain said, if dogs aren't there, I don't want to go.
Exactly. If Jack the Good Boy ain't waiting for me, I got a whole problem up there. And a lot of my doggies, all my doggies too. I got a lot of my boys.
How many dogs have you had over your life?
Oh God, we've had at least one dog since I was born. I mean, literally, we've had. And when I was a teenager, we had at least 2 German Shepherds. So, I mean, we've had a dog my whole life. And I've had a dog my whole life until I was single. But I was married, I've always had dog, at least one dog. I had 2 of my final. Have you always a dog guy, a Flounder?
Yeah, we had dogs growing up. And then the first animal I ever myself got was Lucas. And then when I met Veronica, she had Winston. So, so we'll always have a dog moving forward.
Yeah.
10 dogs I can remember. Yeah.
Oh, it'd be hard for me to remember all those years growing up as a, I could probably figure it out anyway. 344. All right, let's do this. If you haven't seen the video, I urge you to go look at it if you have a chance. Google it up. A young kid tackled by Padres security at the San Diego ballpark, Petco Park. The kid ran onto the field in the 8th inning. He ran into the right field area near Fernando Tatis when one security guard grabbed him, and then another security guard appeared to sort of spear him from behind, and then a third guard arrived, and they all ended up on the ground. Here now is the sound of what happened in the stands when this kid, I think he was like 14 or something, ran onto the field. The Flounder, if you will. That's when they tackle him.
Yay! Yay! Off with his head.
The 3 officers in red shirts fell to the ground with the youngster. The fans all booed like crazy. Security guards eventually helped the kid wearing a short-sleeved Padres shirt and jean shorts off the field. Another fan made their way in the 9th inning, running onto the outfield, and he was taken down by a leaping security officer, and the fans didn't bother with that one. They didn't voice anything about that one. one. Yeah. Although another one said, here we go, another kid. Well, again, the problem is you can't allow anybody to run onto the ballpark. Again, with all the, who knew what it would be? Seriously, you can't do it anymore. You just can't do it anymore.
Not after Monica Seles. You can't have somebody getting on the pitch you don't know. Or that Kansas City coach at first base who was tackled from behind and injured badly. Yeah. You can't do it. Fans, and I'm usually with the fans, but not this time. The players are way too patient with these idiots. Yeah. They should do the Mike Curtis, Baltimore Colts, forearm shiver and knock them out.
Yeah, that's right.
Because once you go on there drunk or sober, you're fair game. And you should be hospitalized to teach you and everybody else watching a lesson. You don't get out there because you don't know if you have a knife, you don't know if you have what they're going to do with it.
Well, and plus these days, who thought there'd be a guy on an airplane with a bomb in his shoe? The shoe bomber. I mean, seriously, you can't trust anything for anybody at a public event that's out of the if it had been a streaker, that they still should have been tackled to the ground, but that would have been probably less possibly something bad happening as some guy running onto the field. You can't do it.
Anthrax or ricin, just go up and throw it in a player's face or something. You have no clue what they're doing. Now that guy who tackled the kid from behind was a little overzealous, but he didn't hurt him.
It looked bad. The problem is. It looked like he freaking creamed him. He thought he was going to kill him. The kid did all of a sudden, oh my God. So, if I'd been in the stands, I would have said, wow. I definitely would have reacted. I'm not sure I would have booted. I definitely would have, oh my God, because he got creamed. But again, that's the price you pay. And by the way, what a great lesson. I hope everybody looks at this video. And if you take your teenager to the ballpark, you better have him look at it.
The days of Morgana running out there and kissing Pete Rose
the kissing bandit. Over. Yeah, the kissing bandit. Yeah. Wasn't that her moniker? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. She kissed the third baseman. As I recall.
Brooks Robinson, she did him.
Yeah, she kissed the third. Yeah, she would go kiss, but she'd run out and kiss the third baseman and then run back again with her big, gigantic gawambas, flopping in the breeze.
What's a gawamba?
Marzulagala gawambas. It's that was a shorter version. 3:48 almost. Kimmer, Feet, and Flounder. How you doing? Look out. Anyway, here we go. It's Wednesday. It's hump day. I don't know. We got tweets. We got a game. We got everything here. Flounder's funnies.
Miss any of the show? No sweat. Grab your XTRA 106.3 app and listen to show replays whenever you want. Download the XTRA app now for Apple and Android by searching for XTRA 106.3.
A good retirement plan has to have income that will not run out. Craig Chandler knows that. With more, here's Coach Pete.
Well, your retirement plan should be a forever plan. If it's not a forever plan, then you might not be in the right plan because, we have no idea when we're going to live to. You say, my plan's going to be great until age 92. When they say, what happens at age 93? Well, I'm out of money. Well, that's not a good plan. And most of you listening don't have the correct plan set up. You've got an advisor telling you everything's fine, but they forget to mention under their breath until age 92 or age 88. But what about age 89? So it's all about your number, and you need to have certainty in your plan, and the plan needs to never run out of money as long as you and your spouse are here. Period.
Call Coach Pete's local trusted advisor for a comprehensive retirement review at no cost, no obligation. That's Craig Chandler. 800-419-6164. 800-419-6164. Chandler Wealth Management. 800-419-6164. 800-419-6164.
Thinking about buying a firearm for home defense or personal safety, but don't know where to start? Start with True Prep. They're a family-owned store focused on education, safety, and community. Their Firearm Fundamentals for First-Time Buyers Workshop has been so popular, they've added a new date on August 24th to meet the demand. Plus, they just launched a sale, 20% off all used guns and gear, excluding consignments, now through August 31st. Learn about the purchasing process, gun safety, selecting the right gun, and more. Visit TruePrep.com. That's TRUPrep.com to sign up today.
Braves country, don't miss out as division rivals the New York Mets come to Truist Park August 22nd through the 24th, presented by your local Ford dealer. On Sunday the 24th, the first 3,000 kids through the gates will receive the Bat Hat cover. It's like a golf driver cover, but specifically made for baseball and softball bats. And after the game, kids can run the bases, presented by Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. It's the perfect Sunday fun day. Get your tickets at Braves.com/promos. Atlanta Braves baseball. We are Braves country.
Military veterans are eager to transfer their skills and experiences to civilian life, but lack trusted connections to expedite their path to success. That is, until they meet the Warrior Alliance. The Warrior Alliance goes the extra mile to reach veterans in their communities so they do not have to take this journey alone. With over 40 partners across 10 service areas, your donation goes a long way toward achieving maximum impact for a veteran and their family. Go to thewarrioralliance.org to donate today and commit to helping the Warrior Alliance change thousands of lives for the better.
It's almost time we get to send our kids off to college. Oh boy. But college campuses aren't as safe as they used to be, and I'm not talking just in the classroom. This year, give them more than just a backpack and a laptop. Give them peace of mind. Give them a Byrna, B-Y-R-N-A. Byrna is a less lethal launcher. It is the ultimate off-campus protection without the legal, financial, or emotional burden of using a firearm. I carry one. My wife has one. My kids have them. I recommend anyone concerned about their personal safety of their family have a Byrna launcher. Byrna just introduced the compact launcher, the world's smallest, less lethal pistol, about the size of a smartphone, but it packs a serious punch. It fires powerful kinetic tear gas rounds and can stop an attacker cold for up to 40 minutes. And it's perfect for women, students, or anyone who wants to feel safer without carrying a gun. There's no background checks, legal in all 50 states, and it ships right to your door. Byrna is trusted by hundreds of law enforcement agencies and proudly hand-assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Visit Byrna.com today. Find the right launcher for your family. That's Byrna.com.
All right, a little Three Doors Down action here for you. Boom. There we go. Yeah. They said Dark Side of the Moon. That's a copyright infringement, I'm pretty sure. On 2016, former Three Doors Down guitar picker Matt Roberts died. He was only 38. It was from a prescription drug overdose. Three Doors Down rose to international fame with their first single, Kryptonite. It charted in top 3 on the Billboard chart, released their debut album, The Better Life, in 2000, and that became the 11th best-selling album of the year and certified 6 times platinum in America. Three Doors Down. The Superman action there. Kryptonite there. Our birthday list includes Andrew Garfield. Andrew Garfield, the actor, is 42. He was Peter Parker's Spider-Man guy and several, I guess, more than one of those things, if I'm not mistaken. And I remember him, Andrew Garfield, as the co-founder of Facebook, and he was in the Social Network movie. Played the part of Severin, Eric Severin, or was it named Severin? I think it was. Andrew, and by the way, that was a really good movie. And when every time it's on, I'll DVR it and look at the parts of it. And on this day in history, 1911, blazingly fast around-the-world telegram sent 66 years before Voyager 2. A dispatcher in the New York Times in 1911 sends a blazingly fast telegram by commercial service. 66 years later exactly, NASA sends a kind of a message to phonograph record containing information about Earth for extraterrestrial beings, shooting it into space aboard the unmanned spacecraft Voyager 2. They had, the thing had traveled 28,000 miles, 16 different operators, a message sent around the world from the New York Times at 7 p.m. August 20th in 1911. It traveled 28,000 miles. The message simply read, this message sent around the world. It was 16 operators, San Francisco, the Philippines, Hong Kong, Saigon, Singapore, Bombay, Malta, Lisbon, and the Azores. The replies received by the same operator 16 and a half minutes later. The fastest time achieved by a commercial cablegram since opening the cable in 1900 by the cable company. Anyway, the Voyager 2 had that 12-inch copper phonograph record called Sounds of Earth. It had a recording of greetings in 60 languages, scientific information about Earth, the human race, classical, jazz, rock and roll music, nature sounds like thunder and surf, and recorded messages from President Jimmy Carter and other world leaders sent up on this day in NASA rocket in 1977. I wonder if anybody got it. Don't you wonder? You just got to wonder. And they're probably looking down at us, the real smart ones, and saying, boy, those guys are idiots. They don't know anything yet. I wonder if they're wondering how long it'll take us to catch up. Isn't that funny? You have the feeling that we're way behind what must be other people out there or other things of some kind, and we must be
interdimensional,
low on the totem pole. I'll bet you.
Yeah, they're next to us. Interdimensional. They're not coming from that far out.
Yeah. I mean, oh man, what a mystery. I honestly, I think when you die, I think you get the thing. I think you get it. I hope. Anyway. Okay, Newsy side 356. Holy cow! Flounder, let's do this. Stephen Miller. Once again, the freaking screaming liberal freaks have plenty of time on their hands, screaming and yelling about President Trump trying to stop crime in the nation's capital. Ooh, I can't believe they want crime to continue. During a joint session to the Union Station in Washington, D.C., with the Secretary of Defense and the Vice President. Presidential age Stephen Miller once again gives these freaking goofball protesters a lesson. Flounder, if you will, sir.
For too long, 99% of this city has been terrorized by 1% of this city. And the voices that you hear out there, those crazy communists, they have no roots. They have no connection to the city. They have no families they're raising in this city. They have no one that they're sending to school in this city. They have no jobs in this city. They have no connections to this community at all. But they're the ones who've been advocating for the 1%, the criminals, the killers, the rapists, the drug dealers. And I'm glad they're here today. Because me, Pete, and the Vice President are all going to leave here, and inspired by them, we're going to add thousands more resources to this city to get the criminals and the gang members out of here. We're going to dismantle those networks, and we're going to prove that a city can serve for the law-abiding citizens who live there. We are not going to let the communists destroy a great American city, let alone the nation's capital. And let's just also address another thing. All these demonstrators that you've seen out here in recent days, all of these elderly white hippies, they're not part of the city and never have been. And by the way, most of the citizens who live in Washington, D.C. are black. This is not a city that has had any safety for its black citizens for generations. And President Trump is the one who is fixing that with the support of the Metropolitan Police Department, the support of the National Guard, and our federal law enforcement officers.
It's kind of hard to understand that.
These stupid white hippies can all need to go home and take a nap because they're all over 90 years old, and we're going to get back to the business of protecting the American people and the citizens of Washington, D.C.
These stupid old white hippies.
Stupid white hippies. That's what I'm calling them from now on. Stupid white hippie.
And he called them all like 90-year-old stupid white hippie. I mean, it's just hysterical. I mean, I'm sorry the sound is so bad. Yeah, absolutely it is. Take a look at them.
They don't care about the black people who have to live with it every day, the crime. They don't care about
they're
them.
Not part of the solution. They're just their old freaking protest. I'm surprised they aren't singing "We Shall Overcome." Good grief. Anyway, Flounder, we got a little Flounder's Funny back there, I'll bet you, here on your hump day action
got
here.
My DUIs back when we were still earning them, okay? No, there was no Uber or Lyft. All right? If you're under the age of 28, you don't know what it's like to be stranded. You've never been at a house party and watched your DD black out. You've never seen that. You don't know how scary that is. Tyler promised us he was going to be sober. Tyler lied. Stuck at a stranger's house, you don't know how you're going to get home. You've never earned it. Sleeping in a cold sunroom, using a rug as a blanket. It's terrifying. Y'all been there. Laying in the floor, you're like, will sunlight ever come? I don't know. All y'all, if you're under the age of 28, you don't know what you get to go home when you want. Kings and queens of the Irish goodbye, you've never been stuck in a kitchen going through a stranger's pantry before. Because you couldn't leave because you're stuck. We didn't drive drunk because we wanted to. Look at me. We drove drunk because we wanted to see our families again.
and that is
Derek Stroke.
I love it. Oh, I bet you ever been stranded as
absolutely.
before?
I've had moments like that a bunch in high school.
But I'm talking about before cell phones.
In high school, I always just sleep over at a friend's house. So I never.
I mean, stranded on a highway in the middle of nowhere. All right, 4 o'clock, Kipper, Pete, and Flounder, Hump Day on 106.3. How you doing?
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. This hour is presented by Atlanta Safe House.
shouting, swearing, and filming. Lisa Brady, Fox News. Protests in the nation's capital as the vice president and defense chief visited National Guard members deployed to D.C. to combat crime.
As protesters heckled and jeered, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and Vice President J.D. Vance thanked National Guard troops at Washington's Union Station.
You can actually bring law and order to communities. You've just got to have the political willpower to do it.
Vance, Hegseth, and White House Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller ordered Shake Shack for the Guardsmen. 800 Washington, D.C. Guard members deployed last week to enhance a police presence bolstered by dozens of federal agencies. And Republican governors in at least 6 states have authorized their guards to deploy to D.C., adding several hundred more military personnel.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. D.C. leaders say crime has declined and federal intervention was not necessary. The Justice Department is investigating whether police crime stats have been manipulated. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis says his state will throw the book at a migrant trucker who entered the U.S. illegally and now faces multiple charges in a Florida crash that killed 3 people. The commercial licenses he was granted in 2 other states are under investigation. The Israeli military taking the first steps for a new operation targeting Gaza City, believed to be the main Hamas stronghold.
A military official told Fox News this next phase will be gradual, precise, and will involve targeted operations that are carefully phased. They emphasize it will not be a sudden all-out invasion. The focus will be on returning all of the hostages and defeating Hamas.
Fox's Jeff Paul in Tel Aviv. This as mediators from Qatar and Egypt keep working on a ceasefire agreement, with Hamas reportedly claiming to accept the latest proposal. Stocks finish mixed. The Dow up 15 points at the bell. America is listening to Fox News.
The summer isn't just hot, it's historic. Flash flood warnings are at a 40-year high, and it's not slowing down. Towns underwater, roads washed out, and in every crisis zone, the same scene. Crowds standing in line, waiting for bottled water, waiting for food, waiting for somebody to show up and save them. They tell you that help is on the way, but what if it's not? What if it takes days? What if it doesn't even come at all? You think the system's built to protect you? They can barely handle one emergency, let alone dozens. I don't know about you, but I'm not going to be the one caught empty-handed. Right now, My Patriot Supply is giving away 4 weeks of emergency food. Giving it away. Just go to mypatriotsupply.com/Glenn and find out how to claim your free 4-week food supply and join the millions of Americans who are preparing with My Patriot Supply. Claim your free 4-week kit today at mypatriotsupply.com/Glenn. That's mypatriotsupply.com/Glenn.
Bum, 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 bum. There we go. A lot of country songs by This is Johnny Cash's version of a I'm trying to think of who made this famous first. Cattle Call or whatever the Johnny Cash's.
Frankie Lane?
Might have been Frankie Lane. 2008, Johnny Cash's daughter, late Johnny Cash, his daughter called the use of her father's name to endorse a presidential candidate appalling. Country star John Rich implied that Johnny Cash would have backed Republican hopeful John McCain while he was appearing at a rally in Florida, according to media reports. So on her website, Roseanne Cash called the remarks presumptuous. Even I would not presume to say publicly what I know he thought or felt, she added. Well, just, right. God, please, Joanne.
Dan Jones, 1948, him and his Death Valley Rangers came out in 1949, and Burl Ives also did one.
Oh, Burl Ives. Oh, a little bitty tear let me down.
No. We know Burl Ives because of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And all, well, that was Gene Autry's song. And now I got to tell my Gene Autry story. Gene Autry wrote that song and it was a thing, and then he started singing it to his wife, and his wife said, "You're singing it wrong." Because Gene Autry started to sing the song, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer had a berry. And his wife said, no, you got to make it go up at the thing. And he said, okay, like this, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And then his wife told him the way to do it, and that's how Gene Autry sang the song. There you are. And as for Burl Ives, he was an actor too of some note in that old Southern movie about the guy, big old fat guy with a was it Anne Margaret or somebody? Angie Dickinson Elizabeth Taylor.
Elizabeth Taylor, Paul Newman, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof.
Yeah. Oh, mercy. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? Our birthday... sorry. Our birthday list includes... Well, one of the sales girls came by and goosed me. I got all excited. Our birthday list includes Robert Plant, Led Zeppelin legend, 77 years old today. Mr. Plant. And on this day in history, the Corps of Discovery suffers its only death. The Corps of Discovery was the Meriwether Lewis and William Clark expedition. Sergeant Charles Floyd died 3 months into the voyage on this day in 1804. They left St. Louis the previous May, went up the Missouri River, 35 guys with them. Charles Floyd was a native of Kentucky, enlisted in the military. He was a volunteer, young, vigorous, better educated than most of the soldiers, and a natural leader. They selected him to join the mission and promoted him to sergeant. In late July, Floyd was very sick. He seemed to grow better, then seized with a complaint like a violent colic attack of some kind. He was sick all night long and got very, very weak. And he suddenly died in the early afternoon on this day with a good deal of composure, it said. They buried his body on a high bluff overlooking a river that flowed into the Missouri, affixing a red cedar post with his name, title, and date of death over the grave. Lewis read the funeral service. The two captains concluded the ceremony by naming the nearby stream Floyd's River and the hill Floyd's Bluff. And until their dying day, they regretted they didn't have any wilderness medical skills to cure his illness. They didn't know what they could have done to save him. They thought it might have been they think it might, when it was said and done, it might have been a ruptured appendix. And again, in 1804, that was a death. Hell, if you got wounded in 1804, you were going to die from the, sepsis or the infections or whatever. Anyway, 407, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How's it going? Here's the number, 404-741-1230, 404-741-1230. And a lot of kid stuff going on here and some really bizarre stuff. And what do you think about it? I'd like to get your opinion. Virginia. And here we go once again. Lowndes County, Stonebridge High School, Loudoun County Public Schools. Loudoun County's in the news all the time when it involves woke stuff and has been for years. 2 teenage boys suspended from their Stonebridge High School for 10 days and have to go through courses on how to be better people because they complained about having a girl pretending to be a boy in their bathroom. The girl who thinks, and by the way, the news story here calls it they allowing the public schools. The district allows students to use the bathrooms and locker rooms based on their self-identified gender. So the students of these 2 boys were found to be in violation of the rules by complaining about having a girl in the locker room. But the outcome shocked the boys' parents when the boys were suspended for complaining about it. They say, we're absolutely floored. They came back and branded my son responsible for sexual harassment and sex-based discrimination with no evidence. We're talking about scarring him for life by a biased process supposed to protect fairness, and it's shocking. It's wrong. Here's what happened. They're 2 10th graders. The father of one of the kids said the tranny student used a mobile phone to record his son and others in the locker room before a gym class. The footage became the centerpiece of this case. The tranny began recording as she walked into the boys' locker room where other boys were already there. The remainder of the video is mostly dark, but you can hear the voices. The voices the school claims were discriminatory toward the tranny. The voices are heard. One boy saying, "There's a girl in here? There's a girl?" The same boy doubles down and says, "Why is there a girl in here? I'm so uncomfortable. There's a girl in here." Another says, "Hey, a female, bro, get out of here." And because of that, those 2 boys were suspended.
Pull them out of that crap hole.
Well, They question why their sons are scrutinized when they were the ones who have been recorded, which is also a violation of school policy to record somebody on your phone when they're not wanting to be. One guy said, I have a daughter in that high school. If there was a male in there videotaping her in the locker room, you don't think you'd have issues with that? If my son and there's a girl in the locker room videotaping, I have issues. Governor Glenn Youngkin, a Republican, said this is wrong. It's outrageous. Another incident in Loudoun County schools, the victims of a violation are the ones being investigated. By the way, the punishment is not only 10 days suspension, but a no-contact order prohibiting the boys from being in any of the trannies' classes. And the boys are required to meet with school administrators to develop a corrective action plan. Well, one kid's already been taken out. The parents have freaking moved. And another said if the kid ever goes back, he'll face suspension. But again, this is outrageous.
This is what happens when parents, you don't go to school board meetings and you don't pay attention to who gets elected to these school boards.
I thought it was against, are they not getting federal funds? I mean, isn't there a federal mandate? Federal funds means you can't do that. Donald Trump said no more, gender of boys and girls, period. There's a boy and there's a girl and that's a ball game. And how come that doesn't filter down to high schools? Aren't there state laws? Anyway, and speaking of kids, holy cow, this happened in Gwinnett County at Meadow Creek Elementary School. An elementary school kid walks into school, says, I'm going to shoot up a toilet, and he's got a gun, and sure enough, he goes into the boys' room and shoots up a toilet. He was arrested. Authorities are investigating, and maybe his parents might face charges. And again, nobody's saying exactly what happened and what it is, but apparently he threatened to do it, brought the firearm to school, threatened to shoot a toilet, and then did it. He said he took the gun from home and shot the toilet before classes began. Nobody was hurt. And he's been arrested, and they're deciding what to do about the parents. And again, this is elementary school. The kid's probably 10 or 11. Elementary, 4th, 5th, 6th grade. Holy smokes, 412. By the way, a lot more wokeness coming up here, including how Oklahoma school officials are making sure they don't get the wokeness coming to their way from California or New York. Well, God, there's a new test coming up. Also, remember the story of the Kentucky judge who was in his office when the sheriff in this little town in Kentucky walked into the judge's office and killed him. And the story was that there was something involving the sheriff's daughter. A phone number was in the judge's phone, and whether there was a message or a thing or whatever. Well, guess what? That Kentucky judge who was murdered by the sheriff, that Kentucky judge ran the courthouse like a brothel and traded sex favors at twisted sex parties. And everything is starting to come out now, and apparently everybody knew it. And now you got to wonder whether that sheriff was reacting to maybe his daughter being swept up in the sex orgy scandal blackmail scheme by a freaking judge in Kentucky. Coming up next. 413. Kimber, Pete, and Flood. There, how's your it's a hump day thing going on here. Your Wednesday. Braves still got one more to go. Here we go. Interesting last night what happened. Chicago White Sox, 23 runs in 2 games. Give me a break.
It's time for the Bortz Report, brought to you by Southern Exteriors, the Southeast's premier home exterior solution. Quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years. Visit southernexteriors.co.
Well, it seems that black mayors across the country think that Donald Trump is profiling, singling out cities like Oakland, Los Angeles, New York, Chicago, Baltimore, Washington, D.C. as areas where he might send some federal troops to do something about crime. Well, duh. Here we go, Bortz Unleashed. Why in the hell do you think that Trump is singling out cities that just happen to be led by black mayors as possible places for federal crime control intervention? Well, it's for the same reason that those cities have black mayors. They are all majority black cities that reflexively vote for black politicians. Black cities that harbor the number one most dangerous major demographic group in America, young black males. Black males between the age of, say, 18 and 25 comprise about 4% of this country, yet they are responsible for more than 50% of all murders. Where the hell are you going to send federal troops for peacekeeping and crime control? You send them where the crime is. You send them where the predators are. You send them to the focal point of violence in this country. I need to calm down. Just remember this. When you get to an inner black city, the residents don't put burglar bars on their windows and doors to protect them from the police or the politicians. Chew on that. Neil Bortz, XTRA 106.3.
The next big storm isn't a matter of if, it's when. Is your home ready? Southern Exteriors offers free inspections and dependable storm damage repairs with in-house warranties and honest service. Right now, get 10% off any job or 12 months, 0% financing. Hey, it's Tug, and I've met the team at Southern Exteriors. They do things the right way. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co. It's 877-9-SOUTHERN or southernexteriors.co.
Another howdy to Jeff and his lovely bride at Peach State Windows, offering sales all the time for those double-hung vinyl windows. And again, your home, whatever you need, if it's an older home or a newer home or whatever. And especially, these people are builders, so they know issues. If you have something going on in your roof, maybe the front door leaks or something, take care of all that stuff for you, too. I'm a Hardy Plank siding guy, but they have all kinds of siding issues. If you're looking for that, they specialize in that, too. Vendors all over the country, for that matter. Great terms of things like, how about 0% financing for 12 months? Hey, here's the number, 770-485-8011, peachstatewindows.com.
Are you looking for something simple but delicious, sweet but also savory? Discover Schumann Farms Sweet Onions. Schumann Farms is a third-generation family farm with the Real Sweet brand sweet onions. Whether you're grilling, sautéing, or simply adding a fresh crunch to your salad, Schumann Farms has you covered. Look for Schumann Farms Real Sweet brand sweet onions at your grocery store and taste the difference for yourself. Schumann Farms, the Georgia family farm growing tradition and the world's sweetest onions.
Storms, heat, humidity, your home takes a beating down south. Southern Exteriors was built for this. Now they're offering 10% off any job or 12 months, 0% financing. Hey, it's Tug. I know the team at Southern Exteriors personally. They do things the right way. Roofing, siding, windows, gutters, anything to the exterior of your home, they do it all. Call Southern Exteriors today or visit them on the web. It's 877-9-SOUTHERN and southernexteriors.co.
I enjoy a good night's sleep, and I like to breathe while I'm sleeping. My wife appreciates that, too. That's why I wear a CPAP. You want the right machine. You want expert advice. You want all the supplies that go with it. You get it all at CPAPs, etc. in Alpharetta. Machines, masks, tubing, filters, cleaning supplies, all of it, and they ship nationwide. Walk-ins, by the way, are welcome. CPAPs, etc. Alpharetta, CPAPSETC.com.
Hey, it's Los. We're here with Tom Mitchell, the honest car guy. Tom, I'm looking for a reliable vehicle, something for the family, but also for my daughter who's going to be driving soon. Why should I call you?
The main thing is you get to see it's a full transparency sale. What I like to do is show you the whole gamut, show you everything that's out there and everything that's available. I can get any make, any year, any model.
Financing. If I need to use it, what can you offer?
We have some of the best banks available, and we got rates starting at 4.99 from a 23 model and above. It could be a 14 model. We still have banks that will do all the financing for you at good rates, and they're primary banks. If you have credit issues, we still have banks that can accommodate those issues as well.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
Bum, 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 bum. There we go. How's it going? 106.3, the farm of Atlanta. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. This day in 2004, a man from Stoke-on-Trent, England, named Bryan Adams as the other man in his divorce. The guy had spent years trying to cope with his wife's obsession with Bryan Adams. Rob Tinsley said he had to live with a 6-foot cutout of Bryan Adams, which stood at the foot of their bed with his posters on their bedroom walls. So his wife could look at a 6-foot poster of Bryan Adams when they're hingada-hungada-rungada-bongada. Hey, yaga. Jeez. Anyway, so Bryan Adams there. I don't know anything anymore. Let's see. Let's do a birthday here. How about that cute little singer Demi Lovato is 33. Didn't she just come up with it?
Not anymore. She's non-binary.
Didn't she switch back though, or something? She came out with non-binary, which means what? She doesn't know what she is, or
she doesn't identify as a man or a woman.
Okay. I thought she went back to being a girl.
She may have, but
yeah, I don't remember. Anyway, she's got a couple songs I like. Demi Lovato, 33 years old today. So there you go. And this is one of the damnedest history things I've ever come across. That's what she said. Seriously. On this day in the year 1672, Johan de Witt was the former Grand Pensionary or Prime Minister of Holland. He and his brother had something of a problem on this day. As Prime Minister of Holland, Mr. de Witt had neglected the Dutch army. And so it caused the Dutch Republic to be easily invaded and overrun by an alliance of countries that included England and France. And because the Holland people were overrun, the crowd reacted very badly, and so they lynched the prime minister and his brother and then ate them. Mm-hmm. Cupped them up and ate them, including their roasted livers. They were lynched in the Hague, where their bodies were cannibalized by the mob. 1672. The Dutch. Holland. Amsterdam, where all they do is get high. I mean, remember 100,000 George guy I used to work with, went over to Amsterdam for a vacation, and right before he left for the airport in Amsterdam, he went to one of those dope smoking, coffee shops or something. And when he got back on the plane, arrived in America, and he got off the plane, and all of a sudden some dog came up and started sniffing him because he had the odor of it. I think that's an actual true story. Anyway, Holland. I'd love to go. I'd love to see that part of I'd love to see Europe. That would be a thing I'd love to see. Although Holland's all pretty much flowers, isn't it? Isn't Holland petunias?
And dikes.
Yeah, but the mountain. If you go to Switzerland or Denmark, I think you get more of the mountainous Alps and stuff like that.
There's no mountains in the Netherlands.
Yeah, well, the other ones. Well, the Scandinavia's the same as the Netherlands, wasn't it? That the same thing?
No,
it's not the same thing.
The Dutch are just the swamp Germans anyway.
Yeah, but they have great horses. Dutch warm bloods are one of the most famous breeds of horses in the world. Most show horses that I talk about and up at my stable now are Dutch warm bloods. And Jack the Good Boy was a cross between with a Percheron and a Dutch warm blood. He was a monster.
As opposed to the Belgian cold-blooded horses?
Well, no, there are a Dutch warm blood is a breed. It's actually
why is it called a warm blood?
Well, because they're warm-blooded. Well, no, they have.
They're all warm-blooded.
Well, but they're more blooded than the rest of them. I don't know. I'm not. What am I, a doctor?
Damn it, Jim! I'm a doctor.
I'm an engineer,
not a horse thief.
Where did I lose control? 424. I don't know. It's hot and steamy, just like this. I thought we were getting a cool off thing here. It's not coming yet.
Yeah, they lied.
Any minute now, probably. Anyway. All right. Here's the number 404-741-1230. Everything's quiet today. I get. Is that just me? I get a sense everything's just quiet.
There's not a lot happening. It's like the calm before the storm.
Yeah. Flounder, how are you? Everything quiet? Are you getting a sense of anything? Are we getting any YouTube reactions or anything, or anything going on? It just seems very kind of laid back here.
Normal banter on YouTube Mafia.
Okay, well, that's good. This is a very bizarre story. I don't know how they're going to get away with it, and we'll see how people react to it. But in the state of Oklahoma, the state education department says we're not putting up with you people from other states. They have created a partnership in Oklahoma State Education Department with PragerU. So the state superintendent now says if you want to be a teacher and you are coming to us from New York or California, you're going to have to take a new test. You're going to have to take a test and pass it before you be getting a teacher's certificate in Oklahoma. Oklahoma classrooms, he says, will be safeguarded from the radical leftist ideology fostered in places like California and New York. We refuse to let Gavin Newsom's woke Marxist agenda turn Oklahoma into the same dumpster fire California's become. They've come out with a full exam. They haven't released it to the public. Here's 5 brief questions. What are the first 3 words of the Constitution? And by the way, it's a multiple choice test, so you don't even have to know it. You just have to look and see what reminds you of the right answer. That multiple choice. Okay, so again, here are the 5 questions. Well, we have the answers if you don't know them. What are the first 3 words of the Constitution? Secondly, why...
We the people?
Well, now, let's not just jump in there, Flounder. We're trying to get the people getting ready for our examination here, sir. Yes,
I thought we were playing a game.
We are. You got it right. Why is freedom of religion important to America's identity? And I'll give you the answers they give. Third, what are the 2 parts of the U.S. Congress? 4, how many U.S. senators are there? And why do some states have more representatives than others? Again, these are questions for teachers, to see if they get qualified for teachers. And then obviously, what are the 2 parts of the U.S. Congress? It's not the House of Lords and Commons. It's the executive and legislative, courts and Senate and House of Representatives. There are choices there. I mean, clearly, they also have a question, how do you determine what is a man and what is a woman? By chromosomes. I mean, it's just, silly things like this. But again, they're saying we're not taking this crap off of you people. State of Oklahoma. And, I think that's a good sign. Also, how things are changing. Flounder found this off the internet today. The chairman of executive of the board, chairman of the board of Bed Bath & Beyond says we're not opening and we are not going to operate retail stores anymore in California. Period. It's not politics, it's reality. California's got one of the most overregulated, expensive, and risky environments for business in America. It makes it harder to employ people, harder to keep doors open, and harder to deliver value to customers. Higher taxes, higher fees, higher wages that many businesses simply can't sustain. Endless regulations that strangle growth. At Bed Bath & Beyond, we're investing in a 24 to 48-hour delivery service. You can get products through bedbathbeyond.com without the inflated cost created by being in California. It's time for common sense. I thought Bed Bath & Beyond going on Bed Bath & Beyond.
No, who said it? Who's the man?
The chairman. His name is. Well, now let's see if he gave his stinking name here. Chairman. Statement from Marcus Lemonis. Marcus Lemonis, executive chairman of the Bed Bath & Beyond.
All right, let me look this guy up here a second, because I think it's the same guy a few years ago that was running his mouth about Trump.
Yeah, and I think he also is the guy who kept the pillow guy from being in his stores.
Yeah.
That's what the guy is.
Yeah, Camping World.
Yeah.
And he was running his mouth saying that he didn't want Trump supporters coming to buy his RVs and stuff at Camping World. But now all of a sudden realized that Democrats are killing his business.
And the My Pillow guy, he kicked him. I remember he kicked him out of Bed Bath & Beyond. You can't get My Pillow there. He used to. And by the way, I thought they went bankrupt. Didn't they close their store? I don't think their store's open in Atlanta anymore.
Bed Bath & Beyond?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one off North Point, or on North Point Parkway is closed.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I went in there, me and Veronica went in there probably 6 months ago, and there was just nothing in there.
Yeah.
They're just getting rid of their inventory.
It's too bad, because that's where when I moved here, the first place I went to Bed Bath & Beyond to get towels and shower curtain.
It's
stuff.
convenient.
Yeah.
But now everyone just orders that stuff on Amazon.
Walmart.
Yeah, I know. But again, it was right. It was anyway.
Well, what you need to do is go to a Cracker Barrel soon, because they've decided to go woke. because they got another white liberal woman running it now, and she's decided to basically turn it gay and woke.
Oh, yeah, the interior design now is some kind of a something or other that's not the old, rocking chair on the porch like good old Southern
They took
boys.
the old guy off the logo. They changed the logo.
The logo is so boring now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what people are saying. It's just
stuff.
It's like any other, like anybody. You walk into a mall now, at Cracker Barrel, you walk into a mall, which is kind of a shame. I haven't been to one in a while. But now Cracker Barrel also, they're selling a bunch of retail stuff in their stores, a lot
all the time. Yeah, they got the gift shop right when you walk in the door.
And it's getting bigger and bigger. Last time I went in there, it's enormous stuff. Anyway, 4:30 already. Holy cow! Kim Repeat and Flounder, and that scandal in Kentucky with that judge. I knew it. There had to be a good reason for that daddy going there about his daughter. Anyway, and the street brawl thing in Cincinnati, and the Tinder date rape case. Wait till you hear about that deal. Yowie. Anyway, Kim Repeat and Flounder, 4:30. Here we go.
When conflicts escalate around the world, don't let the mainstream media scare you into believing their narrative. Get it right with Atlanta's only conservative voice. And trust the Morning Extra, Glenn Beck, Clay and Buck, The Kimmer Show, and our entire lineup to give it to you straight. Don't buy the fear. Just keep it here. Extra 106.3 FM and the all-new Extra app.
Hey, this is John Flading. I'm the president and owner of ATL Turf Co. We have become a highly sought-after turf installation company in the Atlanta and North Georgia luxury residential market. Big reason for that is our installers are ATL Turf Co. employees. We do not outsource labor. They are trained to be experts in the turf installation process, drainage, grading. Just go to atlturfco.com to schedule an appointment.
Experience luxury like never before behind the wheel of a brand new Cadillac from Jim Ellis Cadillac.
From the iconic Escalade to the innovative electric Lyriq, Jim Ellis Cadillac offers the models you know and love, along with the latest in luxury EVs.
And the buying experience just as luxurious as the Cadillac name itself. With great prices, a great selection, and a team of knowledgeable sales associates, you'll love shopping at their showroom conveniently located on Peachtree Boulevard, just inside the perimeter.
Prefer to shop from home? Visit JimEllisCadillac.com, where you can browse all the latest offers and even start or complete your entire purchase online with the Jim Ellis Expressway.
Want to try before you buy? Schedule an at-home test drive and enjoy the convenience of home vehicle delivery. Luxury is waiting. Experience it today at Jim Ellis Cadillac. Jim Ellis Cadillac, where you can always expect the best. Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers. Looking for the right tools, equipment, and expert advice for your next project? Head over to Howard Brothers. They've got the brands you depend on and the people who know their stuff. With locations across North Georgia and a team that's always ready to help, Howard Brothers is your go-to for outdoor power, service, hardware, and more. Stop by today or visit howardbrothers.com and find your local one-stop shop for all of your projects. The grass is always greener and projects are easier when you take care of it with Howard Brothers.
Millions of guys suffer from erectile dysfunction. That's 1 in 3 men. And I can tell you, I'm one of them.
If you or someone you know suffers from ED, Peyronie's disease, or PE, here's 38-year emergency room doctor and founder of Total Body Therapy of Georgia, Dr. Eric Deal.
Patients who enter my office are often frustrated, hopeless, depressed, and embarrassed. I understand the problem, and I'm going to help you fix it. We provide testosterone replacement therapy, the P-shot, and treatment for ED, PE, and Peyronie's disease. There's not just one therapy that can solve these complex issues. When you visit our clinic, you're going to see me. I'll do a complete history and physical prior to any treatment that we use. Take it from me, Dr. Deal. When it's not hard, it's really hard.
Call Dr. Deal for your free one-on-one evaluation and resolve your ED, Peyronie's, or PE issues. 404-777-1911. Total Body Therapy of Georgia. 404-777-1911. Online at tbtofga.com.
Time now for the Retire Wise Report. James Parker here with financial advisor Sean Maloney, founder and CEO of Retire Wise. Many people assume their taxes will automatically go down once they retire and stop collecting paychecks. Sean, is this a dangerous assumption?
It can be, because you know what? Lower taxes in retirement can be a myth. It's not always true, right? Remember, up to 85% of your Social Security benefits could be taxed, right? Your traditional IRA and 401k income is 100% taxable, so that needs to be accounted for. And that's why it's so important to find ways to reduce or eliminate your taxes wherever possible.
Tell us about the offer you have for our listeners.
Hey, look, now is the time to start looking ahead and identifying your tax liabilities in retirement. Well, we have a great resource for you guys. We have what's called the Retire Happy Framework Toolkit. You can get a copy today by calling or texting the word WISE to 770-802-2200. My team helped put together this just for you, and it's a complimentary guide. And the center of this is a copy of my latest book, The Priority of Retirement. It has chapters on everything from Social Security to investments to income planning. We include guides in there as well as on strategies for income planning, for taxes, and even dealing with recessions in retirement, among other things. So if you want to get this information in your hands today, call or text the word WISE to 770-802-2200. That's 770-802-2200.
Take advantage of this offer. Get your Retire Happy Framework today. Just text WISE to 770-802-2200. And the team at Retire Wise will get you your Retire Happy Framework right away. So just call or text WISE to 770-802-2200. Investment advisory services made available through AE Wealth Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Firm does not provide tax services.
I do not want to hear that I'm plus size. No, you're fat. I'm curvy. No, you're obese.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on XTRA 106.3 and the XTRA app.
Look out. Old country time. I like this song. Well, Garth Brooks in the news for a rather bizarre reason on this day in 1992. Wrong. Old down home country right there. As a former country disc jockey, there's uptown country and down home country, and this guy could down home himself all over the place. On this day in 1992, an American doctor filed a $35 million lawsuit against Southwest Bell Phone Company. The doctor claimed that his wife died because the doctor couldn't reach 911 because all the lines were jammed from people trying to get Garth Brooks concert tickets. Low places, baby. Now and the fire takes his drews away. Garth. Is he still married to that country gal?
Yes, he is.
Lynn, what's her name? Or Glenneth?
She's a cook. She has a cooking show. I forget her name.
What the hell? A famous girl. What's her name?
Sit tight.
Oh, God. A famous singer. Oh, God, I feel I'm like an idiot. Anyway, we'll get it for you. What's her name?
Trisha Yearwood.
Trisha Yearwood. Absolutely. Anyway, there you go. Our birthday list includes, I didn't pick one out here. I guess I'll pick one now. How about Joan Allen? I really think she's a great actress. Joan Allen is 69. And I left off a couple on the list here of this listing of her resume. Joan Allen, 69, CIA Deputy Director Pamela Landy, Born Supremacy at Born Ultimatum. She was the wholesome mom who turned from black and white into naughty color in Pleasantville. You know, I didn't ever, that's one where they were on TV all the time and didn't know it or something. Is that with Jim Carrey or somebody? Or was that different? I don't remember. I never saw that one. Anyway, Joan Allen, 69. She was also in Nixon, which was a she can play a cold-hearted, just a really wonderful role. But I remember her, and she won the Oscar for the movie Contender. Did you ever see that movie? It was a political movie where she was blamed and slandered, and it was really, really well done. A great movie, and her role in it was great enough to win her an Oscar. So if you haven't seen The Contender, I would suggest it. And on this day in 1989, Lyle and Eric Menendez shoot their parents, Jose and Kitty, to death on their in Mulholland Drive in their Beverly Hills, California home, dumped their shotguns went to a local movie theater to buy tickets as an alibi. They got home, called 911. Somebody killed my parents. Oh, no. A sensation when the trial was in 1989, again, as you'll recall. The brothers were not immediately suspected. Eric could not take the guilt, though, and confessed his involvement to his psychotherapist. The psychotherapist taped the sessions with his new patient in an apparent attempt to impress his mistress. But the mistress ended up going to the cops with what she knew, and 2 years later, Lyle and Eric, 22 and 19, were arrested. 3 years legal battle over whether the doctor's tapes could be admissible in court. The Supreme Court of California said you can hear the tapes. The Menendez brothers put on a spirited defense, saying their parents had molested them for years and they were going to kill them rather than expose their abuse. First two juries both deadlocked and were a mistrial. At the retrial in 1995, again, this was 7 years later, the judge allowed much less alleged sexual abuse information, and they were both convicted, sentenced to life in prison, no parole. However, DA George Gascon, now in L.A., last year said he's going to look into recommending resentencing would free them from parole after 34 years they've been behind bars. An appeal by their lawyer sought to bring further evidence in the allegations of abuse, and Gascon and the members of their family say they should be freed. They've paid their debt. So we'll see. Now, the thing with the psychiatrist releasing those tapes, and again, he was going to try to impress his mistress. That's why he taped them. Yeah, and she's the one who called the cops. I mean, I didn't know. I don't remember that. If I ever knew it, I forgot it. Now, again, the psychiatrist and the tape recording stuff. Here's another thing just came out again here too, and this involves the Archdiocese of Seattle. The Catholic Church has announced that priests who follow a new Washington state law will be excommunicated. The Washington state law requires clergymen to report confessions about child abuse, report them to law enforcement. Catholic clergy who may not, let me start again. The Archdiocese of Seattle says Catholic clergy may not violate the seal of confession or they will be excommunicated from the church. All Catholics must know and be assured their confessions remain sacred and secure. The Catholic Church agrees with the goal of protecting children, adding it remains committed to reporting child sexual abuse, working with victim survivors toward healing, and protecting all minors and vulnerable people. But the new law, signed by a Democrat governor, added members of the clergy to the list of professionals who are required to report information about child abuse to the law. The measure does not provide an exception for information offered in a confessional. Now, the Archdiocese of Seattle says their policies do require priests to be mandatory reporters unless they get the information during confession. So if they know something, they're supposed to report it, but if they find out in a confession, they cannot report it. I guess I have to go along with that as an ordained minister. But I don't know. Pete, you're a minister. What do you think? Oh, he can't talk? Wait, is he dead? Oh, he's dead?
No.
Oh.
Well, Mike's been off for like the entire segment. So
my apologies.
I wondeed why you're just taking a nap.
Trisha Yearwood. Trisha Yearwood.
Oh, okay, you were trying to tell us Trisha Yearwood. Okay. Now,
another thing.
Yeah.
No one cares about the Menendez brothers, and I never cared from day one. It's a crime committed 3,000 miles away, has no impact whatsoever in my life. I have never understood this fascination with that stupid murder.
Are you kidding? And they had the famous...
I don't give a rat's ass about any of them.
Well, I think you're probably... I think it's only me that had any interest in the Menendez brothers.
It's you and every woman out there who follows these true crime things.
Blowing
but men
away
don't
their
give
parents.
a crap.
Don't you remember all the stories of they had to reload the shotgun to kill mom?
Nobody cared.
Oh, everybody cared about them having a 19-year-old having to reload the shotgun to kill mom after they killed dad, and then it was all child abuse and everything. That was an enormous story for years, and still is, for the impact of what a psychiatrist taping being allowed in court. Oh my God, you just wanted to argue. God, it's unbelievable.
You came here for an argument.
No, I didn't. 444. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounders. Freaking hump day. And anyway, the mics are back on, so let's do
That's my fault. My
let's
bad,
do a little
Pete.
game thing
No
here.
problem.
Pete Davis, what do you got here? What's up?
All right, it's a very short one that both of you. This is probably the most important question I've ever asked on this show.
All right.
We've been doing this for 30 years. Never asked a question this important.
All right.
All right. There's 3 of you in bed. You're in the middle.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
On one side of you is a beautiful, sexy, wonderful woman.
Well, I got my answer.
All right. Okay, wait.
What was the question?
The other side of you is a gay man.
Oh, boy. All right.
Who do you turn your back to?
Oh, man.
Oh, look at my girlfriend's got her lollipop. Oh.
Focus.
Oh, my girl's got her lollipop.
We
and
don't
so do
care.
I.
Focus.
She came over to say goodbye.
Nobody cares.
Oh, my God. Everybody cares. I'm sorry. All right. Who do you turn your back to? So you can't, like, leave, and those you have to. Oh, God. Well,
No.
I would turn my back to, oh, Lordy. Yeah. The girl, I guess.
Flounder?
Well, first and foremost, I'm going to push the gay guy out of my bed, and then I'm going to look at my wife.
Well, you see,
Maybe he wants you to push.
but I assume the assumption is you can't just leave and you're stuck between the two people.
You got to stay. Yeah.
All right. Well, then I would turn my back to the woman.
Flounder?
The same.
Yeah, you'd have to.
Yeah.
You'd have to turn your back to the woman. I'm sorry.
I don't want to be near his mouth either, though. So you know. Sorry. Yeah.
Foot to head.
Yeah. Outstanding. Anyway, by the way, I got the 680 app today just to see what color their faceplate was. The 680 app is a wonderful, beautiful, mellow yellow, as opposed to our app, which is that bright, blinding red. And so how come we can't get a nice mellow app for our app?
Yellow.
That's just your idea.
Some people might think the 680 is a bright yellow, and they don't like it.
Right. It's a bright yellow, and yellow. Who likes yellow?
Oh my God.
Mr. Dickey likes yellow.
Apparently.
Do you have a yellow sucker in your mouth right now? I don't think
red.
so.
It's red.
It's red.
Yeah, no,
That's
I'm not
right.
putting it in my eye. Oh, my eye, my eye. Oh, right in my eye. Oh, God. Oh.
More of Kimmer's first world problems coming up.
446.
Neil Bortz is only live on XTRA 106.3, bringing you daily commentary on the biggest topics of the day. Catch him throughout the day or hear his latest on the XTRA 106.3 app.
When you buy a Subaru from Subaru of Gwinnett, you're buying more than a vehicle. You're buying safety for your family and something that will last a long, long time. In other words, you're buying trust. For a limited time, you can celebrate amazing offers on the all-new Forester, Crosstrek, or Outback during the Subaru A Lot to Love event, now through September 2nd. And you'll love more than just your new Subaru. You'll love the dedicated staff at Subaru of Gwinnett. With some of the best service specials in the area and a team you know you can trust, you'll ride with peace of mind knowing that Subaru of Gwinnett has your back. During the Subaru A Lot to Love event, you'll find the Subaru model you've always dreamed about at a price that makes that dream come true, but you need to get in by September 2nd to take advantage. We'll make it easy. Just start with the test drive, and before you know it, you'll be in the Subaru you love. Start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com, then stop by on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth. SubaruofGwinnett.com.
Good morning, Mike. What you eating?
You gotta try this.
I can hear you crunching from the next cube over.
This is amazing. I just discovered it this weekend at Lidl. It's Greek Goddess Gourmet Granola. They were sampling it, so I tried it. Then I bought 6 bags.
Wow. Is it cereal?
Can be, or an amazing trail mix. It's great for a meal or a snack.
What's in it?
Well, they have 2 flavors, maple oat and harvest nut, which is my favorite. It's made with whole grain oats, almonds, pecans, raisins, coconut, and the sweet taste of pure maple syrup. Maple oat is a simpler take on their delicious granola. It's got wholesome oats, plump raisins, coconut, and maple syrup.
That sounds healthy and delicious.
That's why I can't stop crunching, Susan.
Greek Goddess Gourmet Granola. It's a breakfast or on-the-go snack you can feel good about. It's dairy-free and gluten-free, and with only 2 grams of added sugar per serving, even your belly will love it. Pick some up at Lidl, Amazon, GreekGoddessGourmet.com, or at specialty stores near you.
My name is Patrick, and I'm the Military Outreach Manager at the Warrior Alliance. I served in the U.S. Army as an airborne ranger and deployed to several combat zones in support of the global war on terror. Veterans bring excellence through our work ethic, skills, and civic duty. However, transitioning to civilian life can be difficult, as we all share a loss of purpose when leaving the military. Returning veterans have earned and deserve our support so they can thrive on their journey home. The Warrior Alliance understands the challenge and is helping warriors navigate to success after service. Join us in changing thousands of lives for the better. Donate today at thewarrioralliance.org.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Retirement means different things to different people. Some folks want to travel the world. Some folks want to spend more time with grandkids. For me, I'm looking forward to spending more time with my guitar. Whether extravagant and robust or simple and cozy, every retirement needs a plan. You wouldn't take a trip without directions. You have to know where you are before you know where you're going. Master Plan Retirement Consultants have helped many like you plan for their own retirement. Not only does Master Plan help you create the roadmap, they join you on the journey. So whether you want to travel the world, become a pickleball champ, or just looking for a good porch, a sturdy rocking chair, and an acoustic guitar, remember to plan well because the destination is worth it. Visit masterplanretire.com to schedule your complimentary consultation today.
The Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets kick off the 2025 season back on the flats Saturday, September 6th versus Gardner-Webb at 3:30 p.m. presented by Emory.
Into the end zone! Touchdown, Jackets!
Enjoy the free pregame concert and festivities starting 4 hours before kickoff and a hell of a block party driven by Hyundai in the heart of Midtown Atlanta on North Avenue. Tickets start at just $33. Get your game tickets and more information at ramblinrack.com. Sting 'em.
All right, I got it now. Bum, ba, dun, 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 dun. There we go. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, and Steve Winwood on 106.3. Happy Hump Day. 1988, Steve Winwood went to number 1 on the album chart in America with his 5th solo album. Roll With It. The title cut topped the singles chart as well. 1988, Steve Winwood. I got a bunch. I got one of my favorites of his is "Don't You Know What the Night Can Do," or "What the Night Means." Don't you know what the night can do? I think it is. Great song. Kimmer, Pete, Flounder, Rick the Painter's on. We got phone.
I just hung up on Rick.
Oh, good night.
That was my fault, Rick.
Goodbye.
Give us a call back.
It's over. We don't want you anymore. We're sick and tired. Oh no, sorry. It was accidental entirely. Anyway, hold on. Do we have? Hold on. I got it. Hold on. There we are. Oh crap! I can't. Here we are. Do we have that sound of the thing, the story that Pete Davis got of the
yes,
podcast?
we did. But we got. I think this is Rick right here.
All right, we'll see if Rick the Painter, is that you?
Hey, Flounder.
Yeah. Hey,
it's Kimmer.
You're on the radio.
Hey, Kimmer.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Rick the Painter.
Hey, Rick the Painter, what's going on, man?
Hey, man, I got disconnected. I don't know what happened. I just called in, and boom, here I am talking to you.
Communist, unbelievable. Yes, sir.
Hey, well, listen, you talk about the drivers here in Atlanta a lot, what have you.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, did you hear about the magician driving down the street?
No, I didn't hear what happened. What
He turned into a parking lot.
He turned into a parking lot. So first he was a driver, and then he was a parking lot. So
all right. 2 slices of bread got married.
Yeah, 2 slices, right. Bread.
Everything was going great. The wedding was amazing. And then someone decided to toast the bride and groom.
Oh, hey, Augie. Ha. By the way, for the record, when I came in today, I gave my sales girl she always says goodbye to me because she lets me call her baby and doll face and stuff like that. And I gave her 2 lollipop. I gave her 1 charm pop or whatever it's called, and then one of these I don't know what they're something charm or whatever, the little lollipop things, and dum-dums, yeah, and one of my Tootsie Roll Pops. And so I gave her those. And when she was leaving, she had the Tootsie Roll Pop and she was enjoying that as I was enjoying mine at the same time. And if that isn't some kind of karma, and that's why I had to acknowledge her leaving and saying goodbye, even though I was in the middle of something with you guys.
Flounder, could you mark this 453? This is the Gabby Award segment right now.
It's going to get me that Peabody I've always wanted.
Peabody.
Mr. Peabody. One day we should just play old sound bits from Mr. Peabody and I mean just for fun of it. We should long segments for the hell of it.
We should do what we used to do and have people for maybe a segment or an hour call up with movie quotes and try and stump us.
Stump the band. Stump the Kimmers, Pete and Flounder. Absolutely. We're always willing to do that. 404-741-1230. In fact,
once a week. Why don't we do it Friday?
Do it anytime you feel like it. Again, people have really funny phone habits. They get they just don't do many call things. So if you ever get the feeling to try to stump us, call us. It's 404-741-1230. How about right now? If you have a movie quote, try to get us, and we'll have a little fun here. Anyway, in the meantime, Flounder, we got a little birthday list, which is ironic because Connie Chung today is 79 years old. And how many times have I mentioned in the past, and it happens all the time on my Facebook page, when a celebrity has a birthday, apparently their agents must be all over this stuff because they are able to post stories that make the media on their birthday. And today there's a story about Connie Chung and Maury Povich being on the podcast together, and it happens to be Connie Chung's 79th birthday. Well, she was on her husband's show on par with Maury Povich, talking about her new book and the beginning of their relationship. And actually, I haven't heard the soundbite. I apologize for that. But they were talking about when she became a big star, TV star in California, and started apparently having affairs with all these rich guys, including Warren Beatty. Anyway, here's a little Connie Chung and Maury Povich, I believe, from their podcast, Flounder.
You became a big star.
Well, no, I mean, whatever.
And you kind of messed around with stars.
You didn't?
No, I didn't mess around with stars.
I think you can name a few.
No, I'm not. No, I did not. I did not mess around with them. I knew them. You messed around with them. It's in the book.
Yeah, it is. But
Warren Beatty.
Uh-oh.
You know what my sister said about Warren Beatty?
Yes.
Every woman who came to California had to go through him. It was like an immigration system.
Every woman who came to California had to go through Warren Beatty.
Immigration system.
He went on to say that his wife, Connie Chung, dated and messed around with an eagle, and then said, no, not a member of the football team, a member of the band. Connie Chung confirmed the romance and admitted that when she met the band member whose name she concealed, she didn't know he was part of the iconic rock band. Connie Chung said she went to the guy's home, obviously up to be sexual. He told her that he played in a band. Then she boldly asked him to play her one of his songs, and he promptly began playing Hotel California on the piano. And that's when she found out he was a member of the Eagles.
I got a good idea who it was then playing the piano.
Well, Glenn Fry?
It's either him or Henley.
Don Henley, yeah. Oh, who knows? I mean, doesn't matter. 457. Holy cow. Flounder's funny. What do you got? You got a little something.
My wife, she said to me, you need to go see a priest. I said, yeah, I know. You need to tell him what you do for a living. I said, okay. Father, I perform. I'm a performer, and I have a really, tell him what you do. I have a really dirty act. And he said to me, well, Robbie, you've got to think about maybe making some changes, do what you feel is right. If you pray about it, I'm sure you'll have the answer. I said, yeah, you're right. But it's pretty funny. Yeah, well, Rob, you're either serving the Lord or you're serving the world, and I think you know what the right choice is. I said, yeah. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to give as much money to the church now, Robbie, you've got to make the people laugh. The Lord will forgive you. I've already forgiven you 2 seconds ago.
Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider. By the way, I'm looking over my notes for the day, and I'm number 7. It says, Flounder, fight my pad crapper. What the hell does that mean? I can't read my own writing. And it's an FL, that means you. And so, fight by pad crapper. What the hell could that possibly mean?
I don't think we want to know.
But, fight my pod crapper? I can't believe it.
Fight my podcaster.
But that can't be right. Oh, maybe I don't know. I'll figure it out. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. And by the way, coming up, I don't know. Honestly, I'm not making this up. On my phone today, on my Facebook page, popping up on my phone, I got 8 pictures of Anna de Armas and 10 pictures of Anne Hathaway with describing how wonderful her legs are, one after another, about every 5 minutes. What the hell's going on? And I'm also now getting Scarlett Johansson and Dakota Johnson are showing up with no shoes on my phone about every hour. All barefoot. All right, 5 o'clock. All right.
The Kimmer Show is live on your ride home on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta on Dickey Broadcasting Station, Extra 106.3.
Day at the Texas Capitol. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News, as the State House debates redistricting for a vote on new congressional maps that was delayed by the recent walkout by state Democrats. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton tells Fox he plans a court fight to vacate those seats.
Our argument is very simple. They abandoned their office. These are 13 legislators that came out publicly and said, we're not coming in. We're not going to be doing our job right now. We are out of the state. And so they made it very public.
Those legislators are now back and planning their own lawsuits, arguing the new maps violate the Voting Rights Act. The redistricting is aimed at helping Republicans win more seats in Congress, prompting California to launch a counter effort for Democrats. A migrant trucker charged in a deadly Florida crash will be sent back to Florida from California. Governor Ron DeSantis sending his lieutenant governor there.
And tomorrow morning, he is going to take possession of this illegal alien, extradite him back to the state of Florida, and we're going to throw the book at him when he gets back here.
The big rig driver, Harjinder Singh, is accused of attempting an illegal U-turn just before a minivan hit the 18-wheeler, killing 3 people.
The U.S. DOT says when its crash investigators tested Singh's English proficiency, the driver failed the assessment, providing correct responses to just 2 of 12 verbal questions and only accurately identifying 1 of 4 highway traffic signs.
Fox's Jonathan Seri. The DOT investigating Singh's commercial licenses issued in California and Washington state. The director of national intelligence just announcing what she calls a long overdue transformation of the office created to improve intelligence sharing after the 9/11 attacks. Director Tulsi Gabbard says it's become bloated and inefficient and that the intelligence community is rife with abuse of power. She plans to reduce the workforce and cut the budget. America is listening to Fox News.
The summer isn't just hot, it's historic. Flash flood warnings are at a 40-year high, and it's not slowing down. Towns underwater, roads washed out, and in every crisis zone, the same scene. Crowds standing in line, waiting for bottled water, waiting for food, waiting for somebody to show up and save them. They tell you that help is on the way, but what if it's not? What if it takes days? What if it doesn't even come at all? You think the system's built to protect you? They can barely handle one emergency, let alone dozens. I don't know about you, but I'm not going to be the one caught empty-handed. Right now, My Patriot Supply is giving away 4 weeks of emergency food. Giving it away. Just go to mypatriotsupply.com/Glenn and find out how to claim your free 4-week food supply and join the millions of Americans who are preparing with My Patriot Supply. Claim your free 4-week kit today at mypatriotsupply.com/Glenn. That's mypatriotsupply.com/Glenn.
Let's get it together, ladies. Left shoulder, right of blank. Ready on your dog target. Road guards out. Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kipper with Pete Davis and Flounder and you on 106.3. Here's the number 404-741-1230. 741-1230. Good to have you aboard. Braves are back in town. They're still in town. We got the last rubber game. Is it a rubber game or it's a rubber game tonight? And so here we go. And again, the freaking Chicago White Sox scored 23 runs, is it, in 2 games? I mean, good grief. Who knows baseball anymore? I don't understand. Anyway, Holy Crap of Sports is coming up, all the very latest, and see what's going on. In fact, I don't know whether I don't know whether you were mentioning this or something. I heard I might have been listening to 680 because I was checking out the new app because it's not blinding. Anyway, sorry. That they were saying that there's some talk about shutting down our former third baseman who's still hurt. And I hate when I never come out.
Austin
Riley, yeah. Anyway, so we'll say
Boyer, Darrell Evans.
There you go. I used to have a Cleet Boyer bat, I think. I wouldn't be surprised. Anyway, Pete Davis, Holy Grabbing Sports is coming up. Kevin Pete and Flounder, how's it going? 404-741-1230. And a couple quick things. Stopped for gas last night. And I learned 2 things. Well, one thing, gas is going down at this Shell station where I frequent on the way home. The gas has been $4.30, $4.40, $4.23, whatever. It's $3.99. I mean, the gas prices are dropping, which I thought was nice. And I've also found out that my car holds more gas than I thought. I needed a little more than 14 gallons. I thought my car only held 12.
Wait a minute. My car holds almost 17 gallons.
Yeah, well, didn't you get extra, though? You got an extra gas tank in yours.
Put an extra tank on.
Yeah, well, if I'd had the option, I would have done it because I'm getting, it's almost 800 horsepower. In the mileage, it gets mileage per gallon. It's not.
I can literally leave here and get to the Mississippi River on one tank.
Well, if I fill it up, and I do, when I fill it up, in fact, last night when I filled it up, it said 200 miles to empty. So that's what I get. I get, basically average about 10 miles a gallon.
I get like 460 plus.
No, I get 200. Maybe. I get 194 to 203, something like that.
Do you have your own pump at the Shell station?
I should. Anyway, but by the way, I got some comments saying, "Oh man, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's less than I paid before." I mean, anyway, I don't know. I thought it was kind of funny that it's less than I paid, and prices are going down, and everything's fine. And we'll talk more about the freaking protesters and crime here coming up in a second too, with the Kevin Pete Flounder 106.3, and I'm still trying to figure out what the heck I wrote down. Fight my pad crapper. Good Lord, I can't wait to figure out what that means. And it was on Flounder or Florida. I bet it was a Florida thing. I'll think of it now. It was when I write FL, it's either something Flounder sent me or the state of Florida, and I think this was a Florida reference, a fight by something. So I'll remember it later coming up. Okay, anyway, so now I'm happier. All right, we're gonna get a little political here in a second, but first, I mentioned that story. I teased it. Let me figure this out for you here now. In Kentucky, you may remember the story and you may have seen the video. A Kentucky judge in rural Kentucky was gunned down in his own chambers last year, and he was shot point blank, deliberately, by the town sheriff and his buddy, longtime friend, Sean Steins, last September. And apparently, the judge, when it happened, there was a story that they had been to lunch together, and that there was an indication that the sheriff had found his daughter's phone number in the judge's phone. And I'm not sure whether he had found it accidentally or looked at the judge looking at his phone and saw his daughter's number in the phone. There was some link with his daughter's number and the judge, and I immediately thought, well, he must have been having an affair with the sheriff's daughter, and the sheriff went out there. I mean, nobody knew anything. Well, guess what? Mm-hmm. There's a woman named Taya Adams, and she says that Kentucky judge ran a courthouse like a brothel and traded sex for favors at twisted sex parties. She was one of them. Caught up in the judge's sex for favors scheme in the tiny town of Whitesburg, Kentucky, demanding sex in exchange for cash or get offenders off the hook in court. The sheriff shot him execution style in his own chambers. The girl says we would do sex parties, perform shows, have sex with them for money, things like that. It was consensual, but it was the thing. We were so young. They used it against us to destroy our lives later. She was forced to go along with the judge's scheme because she feared Child Protective Services would somehow get involved and ruin her life. They make you feel small and degraded and belittled to take your power away. And she said, who would believe it anyway? The whole town was doing it. Nobody cares. They're all swingers. The big party to them was just so normal. Another former deputy jailer woman named Sarah told the outlet she'd heard about the nasty, sickening stories to come out of the parties. The judge had been running his courthouse like a brothel. One woman named Sabrina said she was coerced by the then deputy sheriff to perform sexual favors in exchange for staying under house arrest, alleging the judge was in on the long-standing sextortion racket. She had seen Judge Mullins having sex with a girl in the chambers. There were videotapes of stuff in the judge's chambers just with girls and sexual stuff. The judge had been decades-long friends with his accused killer sheriff buddy. They were having lunch just before he was shot down. The footage shows the sheriff stepping into his pal's office, making multiple calls to his daughter, and then killing the judge. Well, I assume the calls to his daughter were to say, I'm about to shoot the guy who's been abusing you all these years. Who knows? But what a freaking story. And again, I felt kind of bad thinking there was something kinky and sexual about it, and it sure looks like that was exactly the case, which is horrible. And by the way, speaking of weird, that Kohlberger story, we haven't mentioned about this. Brian Kohlberger, the guy who was slaughtered with murdered stashed those innocent co-eds and college students. A Washington State University professor tried to warn people. The professor voiced her fears to co-workers after graduate students started complaining in 2022 that Brian Kohlberger was a part of their Washington State University doctoral criminology program, that he was sexist and creepy. This professor said he is smart enough that in 4 years we'll have to give him a PhD, and she said, mark my word, I work with predators. If we give him a PhD, that's the guy that in those many years when he is a professor, we will hear he is harassing, stalking, and sexually abusing his students at whatever university. She urged co-workers to cut funding to remove him from the criminal justice program. She said he would go into an office where he would have female grad students worked in there, and he would physically block the door. This professor heard one female student say, I really need to get out of here. One time somebody broke into the female grad student's apartment and stole perfume in her underpants. There were 13 formal complaints against Kohlberger's behavior in the months right before he murdered the 4 people. He used to talk about sexual burglary. I'm not sure what that is, but he added that in the department, he predicted he would be, the student added that people in the department predicted that Kohlberger would be a rapist and that he could be an incel, involuntary celibate. And again, that's like the second time that's come up with him about this. And I don't know. I mean, still, and again, it's a shame he pleaded guilty, and he'll never get out of prison. And I assume he'll be dead within, I'd give him 6 months. So somebody will kill him in there. But again, he didn't have to explain anything or explain why. And you would think, that's the torment that those parents and the families and friends are going to go through forever. Why the hell what happened? And apparently he called his mother right before he did it, and then he called his mother right after he did it. I don't know. I didn't want to get involved in it. All right. Oh, one more quick crime update here. Holy Crap of Sports is coming up in just a second. An unidentified 45-year-old white man in Cincinnati, part of that street brawl, who was one of the victims, is now also charged with disorderly conduct. A 4th-degree misdemeanor. He's a victim, so they can't give his name because this law says you can't give out a victim's name if they don't want it released, and he doesn't want it released. But he was involved in the scuffle. He's one of the victims getting the crap kicked out of him. But maybe he was the one who slapped that black guy, and so they probably felt they had to arrest him too. I bet it's a racial thing. Remember, the black families were saying, oh, that white guy slapped the black guy. Well, he did it at like 10 minutes into the brawl, so it was like he was reacting to it. But they arrested some white guy. And I don't know. So we'll see. The Cincinnati business. It's unbelievable. What's going on around here? 5:13. Oh, change the topic entirely. Have a little fun for you up till 6 o'clock or something. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 106.3, 106.3, 107.
The Morning Extra, Neil Boyce, and The Kimmer Show are all online for you anytime at thepodcastpark.com. Plus all of Extra's exclusive podcasts like Ben Burnett, Janelle King, and so much more. All at thepodcastpark.com. Presented by Associated Credit Union.
Hi, I'm Chris Lalomia, owner of the Trusted Toolbox. Are home repairs piling up? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Relax. We've got you covered. From drywall dings and leaky faucets to deck repairs and trim replacement, we're your one-stop shop for everything for your home needs. No more juggling multiple contractors. Just call us at the Trusted Toolbox and we'll handle it. Your home deserves the best, and we don't want you breaking your back trying. Call the Trusted Toolbox today at 770-623-3097 or visit us at thetrustedtoolbox.com. The Trusted Toolbox, your one-stop shop for home repairs and more.
Hey, Atlanta's Mark from the Safe House. I have a question for you. Am I the only person pissed off with the mainstream fake news, liberal judges,
and whiny liberal politicians
who don't realize why Donald Trump is president, and fake safes? And you may wonder, why fake safes? Well, a fake safe is like Joe Biden, cheap and ineffective. A real safe from the Atlanta Safe House is like Donald Trump, tough, effective, and provides peace of mind when you need it the most. So drop by Atlanta Safe House and check out the largest selection of safes in the Southeast and see what a real safe looks like. So go to atlantasafehouse.com.
You know, I keep talking about protecting yourself in a car accident with David Van Sant at Van Sant Law, but all these things in the news that are happening, if something's happened, if your kid's been abused by, some official jurisdiction of some kind and is, due his day in court or something, if you've been wronged and you have a problem, personal injury is the specialty for David Van Sant and Van Sant Law. He's one of the top 100 trial lawyers in Georgia. So when somebody else's attorney gets a call from David, they pretty much know they're in business right now. He's also a Georgia super lawyer. That's a real list, and it's meaningful. He's been on it for years and years and years. It's not just insurance claims for car wrecks and things like that. If you've been wronged, David Van Sant is the guy to see. You're number one, because if you don't get paid, he doesn't get paid. And insurance is complicated. Other lawyers are complicated, but he knows what he's doing because he wins all the time. Trust me, if you don't know what you're doing with a legal issue, David Van Sant's the guy to call, and here is that number, 855-GA-INJURY. Online, vansantlaw.com.
Are you living with dry AMD? If so, you could be on the road to geographic atrophy, or GA, a condition that leads to retinal cell death and permanent vision loss. But with Izervay, you can
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay slows GA progression by targeting a key source of retinal cell death, which may help preserve your vision longer. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Hey, it's Los. We're here with Tom Mitchell, the honest car guy. Tom, I've learned a lot about this car buying process from you. Is that typical of most of the clients you've worked with?
Yeah, I'm finding out it's even more typical. I mean, people are learning more and more, and maybe it's because I overload them with information because I want to be able to sleep at night. I want to make sure you know everything.
Do I have to have a particular make and model in mind when I call you, or is it just open to anything I want?
It's open. I can get any make, any year, any model.
I might be looking to trade in my vehicle. Can you accommodate that as the honest car guy?
For sure. I mean, we love it when people want to trade in cars because, honestly, it's best for you to trade in a car. Why? Because you get a tax savings.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
All right, look out. They call it Going Postal. 1986, mailman Patrick Sherrill in a deadly rampage at his post office in Edmond, Oklahoma. He murdered 14 fellow workers and then killed himself. Good heavens. Hey, sponsored by RBM of Atlanta. Holy crap, it's sports with Pete Davis.
Braves come from 10-4 down to nip the White Sox last night, 11-10. Drake Baldwin came to the plate in the bottom of the 8th, and this is what happened.
Breaking ball muscled into right field. Charging Talkman, lays out. He trapped it. Kicks it back to the infield. 1 run home. Here comes Ronald. He scores. It's a 2-run bloop single off the bat of Drake Baldwin. And the Braves claw their way to the lead in the 8th. 11-10 Atlanta.
I love it.
Tom Hart on sister station 680 The Fan there. Baldwin's go-ahead 2-run single in the bottom of the 8th. The difference in Truist Park. Drake also had 3 RBIs. Both Michael Harris II and Jurickson Profar homered. Profar's been on a tear lately.
Man, he's looking good.
Hey, he hit one over at the damn chop house up there.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Harris made a diving catch to end the game and just had a big smile on his face. What a second half that kid
they can't help remarking about it, too. I mean, think about how he's turned around. Holy smokes, what a
just
great...
lifting his hands up.
It's unbelievable.
Just lifting his hands up.
Yeah.
Dylan Lee, the winning relief. Raisel Iglesias, his 20th save. Bryce Elder started and gave up 8 runs. Rubber game tonight, the 1-2 left-hander Martin Perez for the Chi Sox against the 3-0 Hurston Waldrop with a 1.02 earned run average.
Ooh.
Sean Murphy is catching. Drake Baldwin not starting. I don't
why is that again?
So Marcel can DH.
I don't know. All right.
Matt Olson, MLB's active leader in consecutive games played, passed Pete Rose for 12th all-time with his 746th consecutive game. Since 1959, only Cal Ripken Jr. and Steve Garvey and Miguel Tejada have played more straight games than Olson.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
By the way, tonight is HBCU night with the Alabama State University Marching Hornets performing at the Battery.
Well,
so you can walk out there 5 p.m. to watch the show. So it's probably going on right now.
Outstanding.
Outside.
Well, it's a beautiful sunny day here at the ballpark, so we'll see.
It's thundering up here.
Oh, boy.
Braves in 4th place in East, just 2 games behind the 3rd place Marlins now. The Pale Sox in last place in the American League Central, 29.5 games behind the Tigers.
Oh, my.
Austin Riley's in Philadelphia to see a sports hernia specialist. Hopefully the guy isn't a Phillies fan.
Oh, my.
Former Major League player and manager Clint Hurdle tweets, "We can measure everything with radar guns and analytics, but none of these can measure guts and nuts."
Good point. That's right.
Chipper Jones tweeted, "Louder."
Yeah, please.
Right.
Yeah.
Fox Sports MLB has mapped out what they believe baseball realignment would mean for the Braves and other teams. The Braves, the oldest continuously operating National League team, would move to the American League.
Oh, stop.
I'm not kidding. To be part of the AL Southeast Division along with Tampa Bay, Miami, and an expansion team in...
probably South Carolina somewhere, Charleston or someplace.
Charleston, South Carolina. They're not big enough to. They barely can have the River Dogs.
But they don't know what they're doing, all right? So if they pick someplace stupid that has like racing or something instead of baseball, I don't know. That's why.
Charlotte. That's where they're thinking. Not Nashville.
Yeah.
I would put it in Nashville myself.
Nashville, you would think. Well, why would they even do it? What are they talking about American League?
It's Rob Manfred. It's Rob Manfred,
for what
the
reason?
idiot who pulled the All-Star game out of here because he's a wuss.
Scumbag.
Yeah. AL Northeast Division has the Mets, Yankees, Red Sox, and Phillies. Now, this is good news for the Braves because, let's face it, Tampa Bay would be the only, team we'd have to worry about.
Well,
Marlins and an expansion team? Come on.
This is just nonsense.
The other expansion team would be in Portland, Oregon, even though that's a dying city.
Yeah.
The National League Northwest Division, they'd still be in the National League, consisting of Seattle, San Francisco, and the Las Vegas Athletics, as well as Portland.
Oh, they're not going to expand. They're not going to get more teams. There's no how. I don't know how they can pull that off.
There's not enough pitching now.
Yeah, how they're going to do that? Who's got the money to invest in brand new ballparks and brand new teams? And I mean, it's just.
Well, they have to fix what's going on in Tampa Bay and Las Vegas first.
Yeah.
They have to get their new stadiums going in ballparks, and we'll see what happens. Anyway, it's the Falcons, and unfortunately, that dark cloud hanging over them.
What now?
Falcons starting right tackle Caleb McGarry carted off the field during practice today. Lower leg injury. It's unclear how it happened. The situation happened before the 11-on-11 work started, favoring his left leg. This is really not good news, as McGarry is the primary protection for Michael Penix Jr.'s blind side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Elijah Wilkinson took over for the 30-year-old McGarry at right tackle. As practice continued, Wilkinson took the majority of left tackle reps in last Friday's preseason game. He played left guard the week before. Now, McGarry had just signed a contract extension and will keep him here through 2027. And the depth behind McGarry and Jake Matthews at the other tackle position is shaky at best, even though Raheem Morris says he's perfectly happy with it. Backup swing tackle Storm Norton has not practiced with the team throughout the majority of training camp. He's got a lower body injury. And as of Monday, Raheem said Norton is still working through that injury. In fact, we got a little more on him coming up. The Falcons do not expect him to be available throughout this week in the team's final preseason game this Friday in Dallas. ESPN reporting he's going to be out 6 to 8 weeks, Storm Norton.
Holy cow.
Yeah. McGarry is getting an MRI. Probably has already had it done. How long has it been since the Cowboys were in the NFC Championship game?
Oh, wow. It's got to be 15 years probably. I've been a while, I bet you.
Let's put it this way. These people were still alive. Tupac Shakur. William S. Burroughs. Princess Diana.
The guy who wrote Tarzan?
No, that's Edgar Rice Burroughs.
Oh, that was close. It was so close.
The naked lunch.
And who was the last one again? Who was the last one he just said?
Let's see. Princess Diana.
Yeah, wow.
Chris Farley, Frank Sinatra, Katharine Hepburn, Rodney Dangerfield, Stanley Kubrick, Ray Charles, Marlon Brando, Mr. Rogers, Johnny Cash, Joe DiMaggio, George Burns, Ronald Reagan, and John F. Kennedy Jr., Carl Sagan, and Christopher Reeve were all alive.
Holy cow.
Yeah. Isn't that
That's
amazing?
like 99?
90-something.
97.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Wow.
Noted college football expert Stephen A. Smith, I say that with tongue firmly placed in cheek,
I know.
says Alabama should get rid of head coach Kalen DeBoer and replace him with...
him, probably.
Deion Sanders.
Oh, there you go. For Alabama. All right.
Gee, I wonder why. I don't know. Golfer Justin Thomas is good friends with Tiger Woods. Did you know that?
I did not know that. Actually, I did. I've heard that. Yes, I have heard that.
Well, Justin has had his fair share of success. He doesn't match up with Tiger on or off the course when it comes to making fun of each other. A few years ago, Justin was walking the course at Eastlake, FaceTiming Tiger and rubbing it in how Woods had not qualified and was not there. Tiger pretended, I'm having phone trouble here right now. I'm going through a tunnel. So he hung up, only to call Justin back on FaceTime a couple minutes later, except this time, Tiger Woods was wearing one of his green jackets. Well played, Mr. Woods.
And, of course, the Tour Championship at East Lake.
That's right. Coming up Thursday, isn't it? Thursday through Sunday.
Yeah.
They play Sunday, too.
Oh, yeah. A 4-day big time. This is a big time Charlie win. Yeah.
Meanwhile, world number one Scotty Scheffler will not have a 2-shot lead to begin the Tour Championship this week at East Lake like he did last year.
Yeah.
All golfers will start from scratch. How much do you think the winner will get?
Oh, I know it's a bundle. I think it's the highest tour purse ever in the history, like $6 million or something
Higher.
ridiculous. Oh, $8 million was it?
Higher.
Oh my God, $10 million.
$10 million American dollars.
Wow.
Yeah. American tennis player Sasha Vickery will attempt to qualify for the U.S. Open this week. They got $5 million awaiting the champion, but away from the court, she's already raking in cash. That's because the 30-year-old Vickery no longer dates for free.
No.
She's ranked number 559 on the court, but likely much higher in the sack. Vickery, who has God First written on her Instagram bio, has carved out a successful side career selling steamy photos of herself and charging men to date her. What's that called? I think there's a name for that, isn't it?
Prostitution,
something like
sluttery.
Escort, slatter and trollop, one of those.
Yeah.
Let's don't judge, as Norm MacDonald says,
again,
let's don't judge the sluts too harshly.
There are standards.
Yes,
above board.
Everybody has a place in this society.
Right. We don't want to,
Vickery joined adult content site OnlyFans early this year, breaking the news to her stunned fans in a bombshell update on the gram, as we kids call it. Her platform teases her longest shower video yet, strip teases, and spicier pics, while also asking her fans to rate her writing skills as he shares risque videos and saucy snaps, all for how much would you pay for this? She's not bad looking, actually.
Is this for video, like internet?
Pics, video, yeah.
Like
Nudies.
a monthly charge?
Monthly charge.
I'll bet she's probably charging $200-300 a month.
Lower.
Really?
Yeah.
$50 a month?
Lower.
No, what? $10 a month.
$12.99.
Holy cow!
For you, $12.99. I can see you right now looking this girl up.
Now, by the way, I really do, you're going to think I'm making up or I don't know how this works. If you sign up for this, do you when you turn on your computer? I mean, it's a computer thing, right? You turn on your computer. No, I'm seriously, and then you look up her site, and then is it whatever she happens to be doing, or is it all recorded and you pick one you want to play? I mean, I don't know how this works.
Why are you asking me?
I don't know. Because you guys are the ones. Again, I'm the only lone nerd in this whole. I don't know anything about this stuff. Flounder, do you know how this works?
No, he's on the phone.
He's talking to somebody. He's got his girlfriend on here.
By the way,
his wife. I'm sorry, Veronica.
How much deposit do you think she asked for to date her?
How much of a deposit?
Yeah, deposit. I guess there's negotiation between how far you want to go.
And then if you don't hit her, you get it back? I mean, I don't know what that means.
I don't know. How much you think you
$500.
Higher.
Oh, my God. I was joking. A deposit before you actually take out the woman. All right, $1,000.
$1,000.
Oh, my God. I don't believe any of that. I can't believe this.
Right.
What does this mean?
It's a new world.
If you don't rough her up, you get your money back? I mean, my God.
Not everybody is happy. One fan wrote her to say, who the blank is going to take Sasha Vickery on a date or even pay to take her on a date when she has let dudes see her naked for less than the price of a Happy Meal? Which reminds me of what my great-grandmother used to say, why buy the cow when you get the milk for free?
Yeah. Good grief.
That's my great-mother.
Oh, mercy.
Two of the biggest names.
I'm sorry. Is she attractive? I mean, I don't know who this is.
It depends. If you like large-butted, athletic.
But she's a tennis player, isn't that what you said? Tennis player.
She's African-American, and she's not ugly.
Okay.
I'll say that.
Okay.
She's got curves.
Oh, boy.
Two of the biggest names in boxing will clash November 14th. Jake Paul faces Gervonta Tank Davis, no relation, at State Farm Arena right here in Atlanta. All right, today in sports history, August 20th, the anniversary of one of the funniest incidents in baseball history, the Phil Linz harmonica incident.
I don't think I remember.
Jim Bouton's book, Ball 4, a great description. It's 1964. I'll take you there.
Okay.
The Yankees had just been swept by the lowly White Sox in Chicago. On the team bus, manager Yogi Berra and the coaches sit up front, veterans in the back. Infielder Phil Linz unhappy. He was not playing against a team he'd played well against in the past. So after the last loss, he boards the bus and pulls out his new harmonica to pass the time. Yogi took offense and yelled for Linz to stop playing it. Linz didn't really hear the request and asked Mickey Mantle, what did Yogi say? And Mantle looked at him with a straight face and said, he said play louder. This causes Yogi Berra to burst a gut, jump up and charge the back of the bus with intent to shove the musical instrument in a dark place. He and Linz get into a screaming match. Now, some believe the well-publicized incident fired up the third-place team to a successful pennant run, but may have reinforced the perception that Yogi had lost control of the club, leading to his dismissal after Game 7 of the World Series. They lost to the Cardinals. That was the end of the Yankees dynasty that went back to the early 1920s. It was 12 years before the Yanks would return to the Fall Classic. And I've said this before. When I was a kid first playing Little League and collecting baseball cards, the New York Yankees were a joke before George Steiner brought them.
I remember those days. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And by the way, with the Cardinals, wasn't that, you told that famous story about the World War II, and I got a World War II thing coming up here about youngsters playing baseball in the majors, and all of a sudden there's some, 16-year-old high school kid facing Stan Musial in the big leagues or something. And we'll have a story coming up here.
Well, Joe Nuxall, the Reds came up when he was 17, something like that.
Yeah, and we got another young tribute and a baseball thing coming up here shortly. 5:32 in the meantime. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. And you want to do some tweets? How about a little tweet thing? You want to do some tweets? We'll do tweets coming up here, too. All right, stand by. Coming up next. Here we go.
The Morning Extra from 6 to 10. Glenn back until noon. Clay and Buck from noon to 3. And the Kimmer Show on your ride home from 3 to 6. Plus Jesse Kelly from 6 to 9. And Jimmy Vela from 9 to midnight. The voices you need all day with the conservative voice of Atlanta. Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
I keep talking about protecting yourself in a car accident with David Van Sant at Van Sant Law, but all these things in the news that are happening, if something's happened, if your kid's been abused by, some official jurisdiction of some kind and is, due his day in court or something, if you've been wronged and you have a problem, personal injury is the specialty for David Van Sant and Van Sant Law. He's one of the top 100 trial lawyers in Georgia. So when somebody else's attorney gets a call from David, they pretty much know they're in business right now. He's also a Georgia super lawyer. That's a real list, and it's meaningful. He's been on it for years and years and years. It's not just insurance claims for car wrecks and things like that. If you've been wronged, David Van Sant is the guy to see. You're number one, because if you don't get paid, he doesn't get paid. And insurance is complicated. Other lawyers are complicated, but he knows what he's doing because he wins all the time. Trust me, if you don't know what you're doing with a legal issue, David Van Sant's the guy to call, and here is that number, 855-GA-INJURY. Online, vansantlaw.com.
Are you looking for something simple but delicious, sweet but also savory? Discover Schumann Farms Sweet Onions. Schumann Farms is a third-generation family farm with the Real Sweet brand sweet onions. Whether you're grilling, sautéing, or simply adding a fresh crunch to your salad, Schumann Farms has you covered. Look for Schumann Farms Real Sweet brand sweet onions at your grocery store and taste the difference for yourself. Schumann Farms, the Georgia family farm growing tradition and the world's sweetest onions.
You've worked hard to save, and many even have a financial advisor. But is your portfolio as efficient as it can be? I'm here today with Evan Ward of Atlas Retirement, where our listeners can get a second opinion on their retirement savings. So, Evan, tell folks the biggest benefits of getting that second look.
Well, it's clarity. It's confidence. And I had a client come in the other day, and she thought, and she is, exceptionally conservative financially. And that's the way she had told her financial advisor to investors. She thought she was paying very little in fees. We came into the full review of her portfolio. She was taking a great deal of risk, so much so that she, in a good market, was down like 15-20%. But then the thing that really put her over the top, the thing that she had no idea is she was paying about 4.5% a year in fees. It was an outrageous kick in the teeth to her. But the good news is there are ways to fix that problem pretty quickly and get you in line with what you actually thought you had.
Second opinions obviously are important, Evan, and as is reviewing what you have in place, right? You don't want to set it and forget it. You don't want to put a retirement plan together and just think, okay, now I'm good for the future, right?
Well, the way I view retirement and retirement plans is they're living, breathing things. Because the one thing I can promise you, I can promise me, and I can promise every single person that walks in our office is life will throw you curveballs. Things will change, and we've got to adapt with them. So if we aren't having annual reviews, and as you get closer to retirement even more so, we have to adapt and build from there.
If you'd like a second opinion when it comes to your savings and investments, call Atlas Retirement for a complimentary second opinion today. That number is 678-736-7799. That's 678-736-7799. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor.
Hey, this is Matt from East Cobb. We basically bought our house from our in-laws. It was my wife's childhood home. One of the issues that we've had when we first moved in was our dog in our backyard. It was extremely shaded, could never grow grass back there. We resodded it twice. So ATL Turf Co. did an amazing job with our backyard transformation. They basically created a miniature golf hole. We have a miniature fairway. We also have a miniature little putting green. Consists of about 4 holes, total about 40 yards, so you can definitely work on your short game and your putting. After that transformation that ATL Turf Co. did for us, my father-in-law came and saw his house the way it looked after the fact of we had a putting green and a miniature golf course. Sure enough, he did the same thing with ATL Turf Co. He has a beautiful backyard, wonderful stonework, drainage, and a beautiful practice area for chipping and putting. Check him out online at atlturfco.com.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Now, I know there are plenty of HVAC companies out there, but let me tell you why Central Heating and Air Conditioning stands out from the rest. These days, it's hard to tell who's on first. Everybody wants to play. Many of the local HVAC companies, though, have been sold to large conglomerates. And some are even coming back under new names. But at Central Heating and Air Conditioning, they never left the field. They've been your hometown team since 1947. And their dedication to our community has never wavered. They are the grand slam you can count on. Central's team of experts know the game inside and out, delivering dependable service and personalized solutions every time. So don't get caught off base. Choose the HVAC team that's always been in the game. Get Carrier products, Carrier warranty, and Carrier peace of mind. Turn to your Atlanta Carrier experts, Central Heating and Air Conditioning. Call them today, 770-GET-HEAT, or visit them online at centralheat.com.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
From the latest breaking news to the conservative voices you know and trust, your best new follow on social media is XTRA 106.3. We're at XTRA 106.3 on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, and LinkedIn, and pretty much any social media you scroll through every day. And we drop exclusive giveaways, new daily content, and the latest breaking news from Georgia and across this great nation. Interact with your favorite Extra personalities. Get the latest on our our live events, and so much more. Follow at XTRA 106.3 across all your social media and keep up with Atlanta's only conservative voice.
There's our daily Pete Davis tribute to Bob Dylan song, just in case you thought we might have missed one here. Yeah. I don't like this enough. Yeah, a little too whiny. Bob Dylan released Slow Train Comin', 1979. It was an album of religious songs, including the Grammy Award-winning single, Gotta Serve Somebody. The album alienated many of his longtime fans because it had religion in it. Yeah, it was kind of bluesy and horrible. Let's see, our birthday list, Pete Davis and Don King is 94. By the way, Pete disappeared in the picture. There he is. Got lightning storms up there again. Disappeared where the mountains are making. Don King is 94. Amy Adams is 51 today. Amy Adams, a beautiful redhead actress lady. She was in Talladega Nights, American Hustle. Man, that was a good movie if you haven't seen it. She played a great part in that. A hard movie, actually, a good movie. Drop Dead Gorgeous. She was in Catch Me If You Can. And I remember in the series The Office, when she came in to try to sell purses, and Michael said, we don't allow salespeople in the office, and he got to look at her and said, well, we can make an exception anyway. And so she was actually in the office selling purses. And and that's when she and Jim started dating in the office, and Pam got all a thing about it, and then they eventually thing on the boat and all that stuff. Anyways, there you go. So Amy Adams is 51. And one more like baseball youth thing here, Pete Davis. On this day in 1945, it was 11 days after the atomic bomb on Nagasaki, Japan. Brooklyn Dodgers utility player Tommy Brown homers to drive in his team's only run for the Dodgers. They lost 11-1 to the Pirates. It seems insignificant aside from the fact that Tommy Brown, becomes and remains the youngest player to hit a home run in a Major League Baseball game. He was 17. He made his debut with the Dodgers in 1944, World War II, when he was 16. Hall of Famers Ted Williams, Yogi Berra were, of course, serving overseas. 15-year-old Joe Nuxhall, like Pete mentioned earlier, pitched 2/3 of an inning for the Cincinnati Reds in 1944. The Dodgers had tried a guy at shortstop looking for somebody who got called up from, let's see, doubleheader again. Dodgers manager Leo DeRocha said this guy could play both games of a doubleheader against the Cubs and advised his manager he'd ridden the train all night, but Leo responded, I don't care. And he played, he went hit 194 with no homer for a long time and then started the anyway, so a 17-year-old, and they were 15 and 16 playing in the majors, World War II, and boy, what a time that was for America. Anyway, come repeat and flounder. It's 5:42 already. 404-741-1230 if you'd like to join us. Braves rubber game tonight here at the ballpark. Coming up, you're going to hear Stephen Miller taking on hippies and freaks again and some more weird crime stories. But first, we got one-liners and memes and a little thing we like to call Pete's Tweets.
Mike the engineer has found this nugget of joy.
All right, sir.
The people who are saying that Washington, D.C. does not need help with crime spent the last 4 years telling us the border was secure.
Yeah, we can trust them, all right.
October 2013, the Guardian newspaper headline reads, How Blind Auditions Help Orchestras to Eliminate Gender Bias.
Huh? Blind?
Jump forward to 2020, just 7 years later.
Oh.
New York Times headline reads, To make orchestras more diverse, end blind auditions. so what this tells me
by race.
that when they didn't know what they looked like, there were white males winning most of the spots.
Exactly.
And when they want to change it so they know what you look like. It doesn't matter how well you play, but if you look a certain way, they'll hire you. Yeah.
Oh, my.
And Liz is upset with Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling tweeting, What an awful, hateful witch you are. No wonder kids hate you now.
Whoa, really?
To which J.K. Rowling responded, Speak up. I can't hear you over the din of 4 theme parks.
I love it.
Don't mess with that lady.
Oh, no, sir. 5:43 and a half here at the Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. A couple of quick crime things, and then I'm going to play a little Stephen Miller for you in case you missed it. It's pretty funny. The quality of it we're going to play is pretty bad, but I think you'll get through it and might enjoy it. But first of all, a couple of bizarre stories of the news, including this one. A convicted rapist assaulted his Tinder date in Manhattan or in New York at a fancy club, and the prosecutors wanted to be sentenced for 4 years behind bars. The Supreme Court judge, the Supreme Court is not the highest court in New York State, but the judge sentenced, he said he ultimately found a better alternative, and so he gave him probation. He said, at least you'll get you the help you need. Here's the story. The guy is now living in Miami. He was sentenced to 10 years probation and be part of a sex offender program and register as a sex offender. He met a 23-year-old girl a few years ago on a dating app, took her to his apartment where he raped her. She said, he took my control, he took away my voice. She's not identified because she's a victim of sexual assault. She's battled with alcohol abuse and suicidal thoughts. Here's the deal. She said he changed her life forever. The guy and the victim exchanged messages for a few days on Tinder, met for a date at a posh members-only club. The kid was 27, he was 27, brought her back to his apartment, and they started having consensual sex. They were having sex. And then the woman said, stop. And she told him 5 times stop and tried to push on his chest, and he ignored her without any protection on him. And so she claims without her consent, he raped her without a condom. Although they were having sex at the time, and then she told him to stop. The law says if she tells you to stop, you have to stop, or it's rape. However, the judge said, the guy said he was only trying to have a fun date. He apologized to her. He said, I now date with the intention of long-term relationships. I want to be a good boyfriend, a good husband, a good father one day. The court didn't know that he was charged with a similar sex attack 2 years earlier, but they found him innocent, and no one was able to hear about that. But anyway, they were having sex, and then she said no. He was still convicted of rape, but he got probation. Now, I've been in a situation where I have been this teeny close to the whole thing, and she said
just
no,
the tip.
And I stopped. That's twice. That's happened to me twice.
Really?
Yep.
Never. It's never happened to me.
Well,
no. I take that back. Once.
Yeah, I mean, there were circumstances where, and it was probably the right thing. And one of them was she was, she wanted bad, but then she was scared of how, she was scared. And I don't want to.
This was, it never got to that point that But at one point she said, I don't want to.
Yeah, so that's
okay.
That's fine. Mm-hmm. Now, while you're making love and then she says stop, that's how do you feel about probation for he's already anyway.
Well, everyone should have a safe word.
Well, but I hit anyway.
You know what my
He's
safe word is?
shoving him in the chest. That's pretty safe. No, it's pretty. What?
My safe word is ow.
Well, tell her to stop doing that then.
Which reminds me, when we come back, we have a surprise phone call.
Oh, a surprise phone call. Outstanding. And I think I got Flounder in trouble with the missus, too, with Mrs. Flounder.
All is well.
547, Kimmer, Pete, Flounder. We'll see. I hope. Everything's
It's over.
Get connected to XTRA 106.3 on all your favorite apps. Then download ours and stream the station across Georgia. We're live online at XTRA1063.com. Stream live video from the studios on YouTube. And of course, Kimmer, Bortz, and your favorite extra shows in crystal clear digital on the XTRA 106.3 app.
Braves country, don't miss out as division rivals the New York Mets come to Truist Park August 22nd through the 24th, presented by your local Ford dealer. On Sunday the 24th, the first 3,000 kids through the gates will receive the Bat Hat cover. It's like a golf driver cover, but specifically made for baseball and softball bats. And after the game, kids can run the bases, presented by Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. It's the perfect Sunday fun day. Get your tickets at Braves.com/promos. Atlanta Braves baseball. We are Braves country.
history.
Okay, so you went online looking for the best windows and siding company in Atlanta, and now you're knee-deep in ads, fake reviews, and algorithms and junk. Hey, it's a Kimmer. How's it going? I'm going to help you cut through all that jazz. When it comes to windows and siding, especially, the folks you want are the pros at Peach State Windows. I've known the owner, Jeff, and his lovely bride for more than 25 years when I first worked with him. Here's the deal. Jeff and his top-notch crews have been serving Atlanta for almost 50 years. That's a lot of windows, a whole lot of siding, too. In fact, it should be Peach State Windows and so much more. A whole bunch of happy customers. Not some fly-by-night deal with cookie-cutter deals and mystery vendors from Lord knows where they get their stuff. Jeff's company built on integrity, quality, craftsmanship, not some slick marketing gimmick. Strong relationships with their top vendors means there are deals all over the place and the best material and the best tech and the best price for your home. Whether you're looking for looks and function, age, energy efficiency, skip the gimmicks, go right to the trusted name in the Peach State Windows, and so much more. PeachStateWindows.com.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers. Looking for the right tools, equipment, and expert advice for your next project? Head over to Howard Brothers. They've got the brands you depend on and the people who know their stuff. With locations across North Georgia and a team that's always ready to help, Howard Brothers is your go-to for outdoor power, service, hardware, and more. Stop by today or visit howardbrothers.com and find your local one-stop shop for all of your projects. The grass is always greener and projects are easier when you take care of it with Howard Brothers.
Hey there, I'm Tara, owner and publisher of Our Town Monthly, where you'll find local voices, familiar faces, and community businesses like Bubalo Medical.
Hey guys, it's Dr. Bubalo, and for 24 years, we've helped Atlanta look better, feel better, and perform their best. Our clinics provide expert care in weight loss, hair restoration, testosterone therapy, intimate health, and with our Bubalo Care membership, our patients gain access to at-cost medical services, advanced peptides, biological age tracking, and so much more. Want to know how fast you're really aging and how to turn back the clock? Give us a call at 404-998-4194 or visit mybioage.org to get started. That's mybioage.org.
Friends, it's time to take charge of your health and focus on you. There's no better time than now. And remember, Our Town is your town at Our Town Monthly.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
Hey, it's Lowe's here to tell you about a new, stress-free, and completely transparent way to purchase your next pre-owned car, truck, or SUV. It's with Tom Mitchell, the honest car guy. Tom, traditionally, I've been a payment buyer. How do you work with that type of buyer?
I have people that come in all the time and they want to spend $20,000. Okay, if their payments are $400 on $20,000, they don't realize without the doc fees, without all this other stuff, we can put them in a 22 or 23 model car and we can spend a little bit more money and have the same payment. So if you're a payment buyer, don't come in here just saying, I want to spend $20,000, because we can sit there and help you and we can put you in a newer car with lesser miles at a payment you need.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
That's the Beatles. 1969. They finished I Want You, She's So Heavy. And then the Beatles worked on the running order for the Abbey Road album. A preliminary master tape was compiled. The medley were originally slated for side 1 of the album, and the placement of Octopus's Garden and Oh Darling were reversed from the final version. The album was to end with the slashed guitar chord that finishes I Want You, She's So Heavy. This was the last time all 4 Beatles were together in Abbey Road Studios. This day, 1969. Wow. But by the way, I might have gotten Flounder, and we got a phone call coming. I might have gotten Flounder in trouble when I mentioned we talked. He's on the phone. He's on the phone while Pete and I were talking. Apparently, then Mrs. Flounder texted him. Well, you weren't on the phone with me, so who you're on the phone with? Okay, here's a rule. Now, first of all, and I know Pete knows this. I'm not sure whether Flounder does yet.
Pete knows.
Ladies, if you're involved with a guy on the radio, nothing he says on the radio counts for anything in your life. Thank you so much. Whatever he says, it's not real. It's not alive. We made it up. It's all phony. There's nothing to think. It never happened. You didn't hear anything. Phone doesn't mean any meaning of any kind. So there you go. Just for the rest, the rule, radio rule. All right, phone call. All right, wait, what do you got? Is this Ghost Hunter Joel? Is that what you said?
We got him next. This is our surprise guest from the mountains of Macon.
Uh-oh. What do we got here?
Say hello, Laura.
Hello. I'm Mountains of Macon girl. Hi. Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine. Which one of the Mountains of Macon girls is this?
Well, Belinda. This is Lori. Hi, Kimmer. Hi, Thunder. Hi, Pete.
Oh my God! Now, are both of you on there? Is that what we're saying?
Well, Belinda's here, and Lauren is here, and Kevin is here, and Dave is here, and Connie is here.
Oh my God! You got the whole crew. Now you added. You got Kevin. We know that. Lauren, and Belinda, and Kevin. But who's Dave? Who's this Dave?
Dave is my brother and Lauren's boyfriend, and we've got Ben here, who is a longtime 30-year listener sitting with us. He's one of our trivia competitors.
Oh, no kidding.
Golfer. And we're sitting here at a brewery in the mountains of Macon eating Belinda's homemade delicious salsa.
Oh, my.
Belinda. We have some movie quotes for you.
Oh, movie.
Yeah, Belinda, your Timber Babe.
Movie quotes from the Kimmer Babe. See if we can guess them. All right, please do. Go right ahead.
Yeah.
Come forward.
Okay. The first one.
Yeah.
Well, there are certain sections of New York, Major, that I wouldn't advise you to try to invade.
Oh, boy. Is that the one Ben Affleck playing a security guard with that hot girl in New York when the nuclear weapons threat?
Escape from New York.
Negative.
Huh? No. Wrong. Well,
not Escape from New York?
It's not Escape from New York?
No.
What is it?
No.
What is it?
Do you want me to tell you?
I want you to tell me.
It is Rick from Casablanca.
Oh my God! I don't remember that line. In fact, that was just I've got Casablanca on my DVR. I've recorded it. I was just watching it. I'll be darned. Well, I'll look for that line when I play it back. Well, that's a good one. You stumped
All
it.
right,
You stumped
so you're
it.
0 for 3.
We're 0 for 3.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Next one.
Yeah.
You're gonna get this one.
Okay.
Ready? But remember this:
Yeah.
Marines die. That's what we're here for. But the Marine Corps lives forever, and that means you live forever.
Full Metal Jacket, baby.
That's right.
A Marine lives forever. Oh man, I was just thinking about that. Oh, you guys are so sweet. I love it. Anyway,
Well, you gotta.
I'm sorry.
You gotta ride your chopper and come up here and or down here or wherever we are.
Yeah, well, the mountains are
and
making.
come hang out with us.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that might be an experience. I wouldn't be a
It
bit
would be an
surprised.
experience.
All right, sweetie. Well, you guys are so sweet to call. And when's your next trivia contest? Is that this every week?
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow
is our
night.
next one that Lauren will be our host.
Oh, good. Well, that'll be fun.
Yep. So.
All right, you guys. All right, sweetie. Well, listen, thank you so much. Have a great night and a happy trivia contest tomorrow. And Pete will tell us all about it, too. The ladies,
right, sir.
the
Thank
ladies,
you.
thank you. The girls from the mountains of Macon. Always a treasure.
Yeah, they're all drinking without me. They're already out partying. And
I'll bet you'll catch up.
Wow, I did that designated driver one earlier. Maybe that's what's going to happen to them.
Do we still have Ghost Hunter Joel? If we got 30
Yes, we do.
seconds.
Yeah, we do.
Joel got 30 seconds. I'm sorry. Please take it all. What you got?
All right, real quick. I think I'm going to have a little bit of deja vu here because I could have sworn that Pete was talking about not enough pitchers for the Braves yesterday.
Yeah.
Did that happen, or am I seeing into the future?
No, I think you might have it right. We'll see.
Okay, and then I want to congratulate give you props on the Pedro Serrano.
Yeah.
Oh shoot!
Major League.
For the Well, yeah, Major League, but you have the commercial for the Braves games where you're giving out hats for bats.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Hats for bats, just like the movie. Major League, hats for bats. The guy drinking the brandy in the locker room with the voodoo doll. Outstanding. Great memory. One more Flounders funny. Here you go.
Well, we get through the ceremony. The guy that was the best man is now the DJ. He's wearing his tuxedo pants and no shirt. He is lighting firecrackers with his cigarette and throwing them at Sherry's grandmother's feet just to hear her cuss. And she's good. Sherry's mother, Donna, is walking around with a styrofoam cooler that's filled with Ziploc bags of birdseed because she said Sherry read online that if you give the birds, if you throw rice, the birds will eat it, and then when they drink water, that rice will expand and it'll kill the birds. So she wants everybody to throw birdseed, which we did. And to this day, I haven't had the heart to tell her 2 hours after they left, her little brothers were in the front yard with pellet guns shooting the birds while they ate the birdseed. But they get in the car. Now, most people just drive off, not my relatives. They get in Dustin's Camaro and proceed to do donuts in my Uncle Wayne's yard. Third time around, her door flies open. I'm standing next to her grandmother who threw her beer on the ground and said, if this lasts 6 months, I'll kiss a good man's ass.
Jeff Foxworthy.
So, Jeff, where do you come up with all of those redneck jokes?
Man, my family. Kimmer Pete Flounder. Tomorrow, boys, it's all over again. Sing me home, Christine, baby. I gotta go. You're killing me. Go Braves, Herb and Herb.
The Morning Extra. Glenn Beck, Clay and Buck, and The Kimmer Show on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra 106.3.